Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's Andrew and William here at Allegory Gallery, Johnstown. And before we get finished too much, I'm waiting for Instagram to go live, but it doesn't seem like it's doing it. Wonder, I don't know. Let me see if it changed.
Key?
Yeah, the streaming key. One moment, everybody. One moment. I gotta figure out where this is now. Can I change it now? Layout, stream info. Instagram key. Edit. Well, I can't. Oh, wait. Remove the destination. Oh, wait. Is it doing something?
Doing it?
I don't know. Let me just remove it. Let me re-add it. Sorry, everybody. And save those changes. All right, let's see if it works now. If not, it might be our internet. We're like on multiple streaming things because we don't have Wi-Fi up here yet. So soon, we got to get all that together, but stick with us here, everybody. We'll see if it's going. Let me see if my computer is actually connected to the internet.
Is he using the Wi-Fi?
Let's see. It's saying it's letting me maybe go live.
Is there anybody watching on Instagram?
I can't tell because it's not going live. Anyway, maybe we'll be on Instagram, maybe we won't. There, it looks like it's live. Maybe.
Looks like that.
It's trying. I don't have a picture yet.
Do you have our picture turned on?
Yeah, they can see me here, right? Everybody can see me. So, hello everybody. Whew. It's our first kind of, well, it's not our first weekend here, but it's our first weekend here, kind of, it feels like. And so Amanda's checking over on Instagram. Can you see us over there, Amanda? I can't see anything on my side, but that might just be the streaming slowness. Hello, Marianne. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Karen. Hello, Pam. Thank you for joining in. Teresa is here with us as well. Marianne says, I can see you on Insta. Good. Diane says, yep, you are live. Hello, Diane. Thank you for joining us. It's working and just click. Good. Okay, because I cannot see. And so I can't tell if you can see me.
Refresh your browser?
If I refresh it, it'll give me a new key. So I can't, yeah, that's the thing. Which is, I think, what happened when it first started up. It refreshed itself. Which, you know how computers sometimes do that. They refresh themselves. We all need to refresh ourselves once in a while, right?
I know I do.
That's why we got coffees for this, so we can refresh ourselves. How are you on this amazing Friday? It is a beautiful day here in Johnstown. We've decided to stay up here and do a little work after we closed and have some time to do some extra stuff and do the live from up here. So, howdy. How's everybody? Norma's joining us. Hello, Norma. Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody. We know there's lots of things you could be doing and lots of people you can hang out with, and we are happy and feel loved that you do that with us.
I hope y'all order some stuff so we can order takeout.
Andrew's like, I don't want to cook tonight. And
I kind of have a headache. If you couldn't tell, my energy's like real low.
Andrew, I had to get him coffee. This coffee was mainly to get him coffee because he hit a low.
Yeah, I feel a little bit tore up.
Yeah, it's been a long few weeks.
And I'm like thinking about all the stuff I have to do this weekend and all the socializing I have to do.
Yeah, Andrew's got to be social tomorrow.
I don't know.
At multiple locations. He's driving all over Western PA tomorrow.
It's not looking good, y'all.
Farmington, Indiana, Johnstown.
Now ride the Ligonier Express. I'll have one stop of the bed. That's not in the Husky way either. That's not a
He's like, no hussy talk. Let's see here. Karen says, great idea. Going to grab me a cup of coffee too and watch my favorite show. I hope we're your favorite show. Is that us?
We're the favorite?
Maybe. I don't know. Karen said so.
I'm the favorite.
Are we the favorite?
Really, really
Does
like
anybody
me?
really like us out there?
And there's some of y'all I see every day must like me a little bit.
I know, right?
Or do you just put up with me and you're here for William?
And probably put up with me. And they're like, could we actually have Andrew show us how to do something instead of William just talking at us all the time?
I don't know. There's like 3 people who watched that mermaid demo. I was like, why am I doing this?
We got to record it, put it on YouTube. More people watch it there.
Okay, because I was like, I love you, the 3 of you who stuck with me, but I was like, I could be braiding my leg hair and probably get more views on Instagram.
Oh my goodness. Amanda says today's weather is stunning, absolutely perfect.
It's gorgeous.
It's the same here. We have beautiful, like 70 degrees and with a slight breeze and sunny.
The kids are playing out on the
You can hear
street.
all the kids in town, which is so fun because we don't necessarily hear that as much in Ligonier. You do to a point, sometimes, usually in the
stadium.
In the stadium, yes. And if I go running in the evenings, I'll hear kids out playing. But just to hear kids because there's a park, there's a basketball court and a park very, very close, just like a block away. And you can hear the kids playing.
This has a very nice neighborhood vibe.
It does have a neighborhood vibe.
Tell me what you did today.
What did I do today?
Well, you met.
All that.
Porky and Mike.
So we went up to the corner. There was a garage/yard sale, and we were looking for pots for our flowers outside. We have a planter, but Andrew saw some pots as we drove by that yard sale, and so we stopped and we met Porky. He said his name is Lloyd, but if I ever call him Lloyd, that's no good. So he goes by Porky and Mike, and they live up on the corner. And so we chatted with them a little bit, and Mike is on the school board. He is also vice president of the Moxham Renaissance group that's here in town. And later on in the day, someone came in, Susan, right? Mm-hmm. Susan, who was also on the Moxham Renaissance. I'm not sure if she still is. I wasn't clear. But she got Mike involved in all of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I met them, and that was good to meet new neighbors. And they enjoy the town up here. And they said they're waiting for more artists and more people to come into Moxham. And they're so happy that we're here. So that was nice. And then I talked with Dale over at Coke Ceramics. And they have been in town for, he said, 40 to 45 years, somewhere in there. And they are a supplier. I think Johnstown's only ceramic supplier. And they supply clay and glazes and all the stuff you need for ceramics, even kilns. They can get you anything. So if you're into that and you're in the area, they deliver locally, and even down to Ligonier, which I was glad to hear. And so I talked with them a little bit. And the funny thing is, I was mentioning how they have a lot of, if you didn't see my post earlier today that I put on the page, they have a lot of the, what's that called? The slip cast. The slip cast things that you can glaze. They're already made and you glaze them, when you go to a pottery class. And my grandmother used to do that. She used to teach ceramics and she used to do those. And I started talking and he's like, what's her name? And I mentioned her name was Minnie Jones. And he's like, oh yeah. And her sister Ethel used to, he wasn't faking that he knew her. He knew her sister's name and he pulled that out of his memory.
That's impressive.
That's impressive because they have not done ceramics. My grandmother has passed, and I believe her sister recently did. I might be wrong on that. She may have just retired in a retirement home. But they haven't done ceramics in, I was probably 12 or maybe 15 when she quit. So that's been 30 some years at least that, and he just pulled that right out like it was nothing. So that was really cool to kind of make that connection, and it made a connection for him with me. So that was nice. And so we're meeting people in the town. The two women who came in later in the day, they are right on the street. One's that way, one's that way. And the one has lived here all her life, and the other one lived not far away and has lived here now. So we're meeting lots of nice people, and it's such a, it's such a good vibe.
Not a good sales day.
No, we had no sales today, other than online. But yeah.
But we're just starting out, and
It's Friday too, which people are working.
Usually we have classes going on Fridays.
Yeah, and people aren't sure. Like, people have seen news. I have to push more of the idea, I think, on Facebook that we have classes, because people are seeing us and people are mentioning us on Facebook. But everyone comes in and says, "Oh, do you do classes?" And because we were open 7 days a week before, we had a dedicated class day. And because we're only open 3 days a week, we're not really doing a dedicated class day. But if you come in and you pick stuff out and you want to make it, we will sit down with you and do it. It's kind of like an open session.
Maybe Fridays we'll do a dedicated.
Yeah, and still do the open kind of stuff maybe on the weekends.
But I think
it's just that Friday's a work day for a lot of people. I didn't expect Fridays to be that busy here.
I think we weren't even sure we were going to be open on Fridays.
We were originally just going to do Saturday and Sunday.
Because we looked at our numbers, and our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were our better days.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, maybe it'll work over here.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, hey, people who are retired, they can come in on Fridays. Everyone else who wants to come in on the weekend, it's fine. Come in whenever you can. But you know what? It's not going to hurt us to be here. Whether we're selling stuff and I can take pictures up here for online. Once I get a setup going, we can add stuff. And there's always, until we're really set up, and even when we're not even closed. So there's always stuff to do. Like I was busy all day, even though there was no one here. Even Andrew left me at one point.
Well, you left me too.
Yeah.
We had gyros. Those are good
Gyros. Yeah, we went over to the gyro joint, gyro joint. I don't know how.
How do they call it?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do they call it?
He doesn't say it. I've never heard him say it yet. It's not like he repeats my order or anything. Like, I should ask you. I'd be like, how do you say? I know.
And be like, who's talking?
When they answer the phone, listen to say, okay, just wanted to know.
Okay, bye.
Bye. No, I should ask, how do you say this?
Because some other people were saying gyro joint.
Around here, people say gyro joint. Growing up, I said gyro. That was just what it is. You didn't have that gyro, and I don't even know that's not even right. So it's a sound that we don't generally make, right? It's not in generally our phonetics alphabet. Cheryl's here. Hello, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Diane says, I can't wait to come see the new shop one day soon. Where are you, Diane? Where are you located?
Which Diane?
Diane Dunlap. Where are you at? Come see the shop. Come and see it. Is Andrew having an iced latte? Yes, he is.
Sucking it down.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was going to say, I'm surprised if it's still there. Marion says, annoyed with my credit card company, spent about 30 minutes on the phone only to have to be issued a new card. Don't you hate that? I hate that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like,
just waste time.
I know, and it's like, I don't know. Like sometimes, yeah. There have been times that I've misplaced my wallet, and instead of like immediately calling, I wait a little bit to see because I lose things in the house all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I left it actually at the bank one time when I was banking for the Roadster factory, actually the Coventry Inn. And I left my wallet at their bank one time. And I didn't even call because I know as soon as you say that you misplaced it, like even if you just want to put a temporary hold on your card, they're just like, no, we'll send you another one. And then you gotta wait and you gotta change everything that's connected to that card.
That's annoying.
It is annoying.
Because it's not, it's for safety.
It is for safety, but they're also generally pretty good at refunding things if they go wrong. So I'm like, I'll wait a little while. If there's any bad charges, then I'll get in touch.
They're not, if anybody has a bad charge, they're not gonna have that much fun.
No, they're not gonna have that much, especially now, they're not gonna have that much fun on my credit cards.
No,
There was a
they're
time
not.
they could have had a lot of fun on my credit cards. This is not that time.
No, they'd be like this. Whoa.
It'd be like sadness. It'd be like, I just tried to get a Snickers bar. Nope. Bad times. Good luck with that. Karen says, you two really worked hard the last few weeks and kept the lives coming too. Amazing.
We did.
Karen said, that's you, the favorite shows. Good. I like that.
Okay.
Marianne says, one of my favorite shows. Thank you. We appreciate it. Oh, Charlie's over here. Says, my favorite. I learned so many things.
Come on now, learn even more.
Learn even more. We'll learn you some more down here.
Yeah.
Pam says, are you located in a residential area?
Yeah.
This is called a,
Historic.
no, we're especially, so in Johnstown, there are like 3 different C zonings, C1, C2, C3. There are like 3 different residential zonings. And this is called a TND. This street specific, like it's very specific in this area. There are a few streets and a small section of this area in Moxham, TND, Traditional Neighborhood District. So that means that it's not zoned just residential or just commercial. It's not quite commercial. You can't have a big commercial business here, but you can have a grocery store. You can have they actually mentioned a craft store in the zoning.
That's how we got in.
That's how we got in. You can have a salon. You can have, so things that you would find that you would want, that a neighborhood would want walkable in their neighborhood. So a little deli, a little grocery store, a hobby store, craft store, a salon, things like that. You are allowed in the buildings in this part of town.
So we found out that the person who owns the antique store passed away.
Yes, we found that out as well recently.
And,
the one right down
I
the
love
street.
that building.
And it was like, he didn't even go look. I went and looked, I peeked in the windows. Once I found out that somebody had passed away, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go peek in the windows. It's rough, but it's a beautiful,
It's got good bones.
like maybe, we don't know what the bones are.
Ooh, like, no.
The bones looked a little waterlogged to me, but that roof that skin on top looked a little bit porous. So we'll see what that is, but there is a little lot beside it, I think, with a condemned house on it as well. So I don't know, but it's not a beautiful building. It's a very cool building, and it could be a beautiful building.
It reminds me of the cottage.
Yeah, it's very rough, though. It's much rougher than the cottage.
Why
Much
do you
rougher.
keep trying to talk me out of it? If I can get it for $200, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
We're gonna film it like a TV show, and it's gonna be hilarious.
That's what you said about the cottage.
Where's the crew?
Where's the crew? You don't get a crew. You gotta pay a crew. You say you're gonna film a TV show that like the cottage. We didn't do that. We tried, and then we
Ran
got
out of
busy.
money.
Ran out of money, and we got busy.
So it's not that interesting in the TV show when you have any money. It's gonna be like, oh, I plucked weeds today.
Right. What are you gonna do over here?
Season 1.
What's your plan over here?
Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
we're gonna talk about those plans. We're gonna talk good to you.
Uh-huh.
Charlie says, I'll be down as soon as I can.
It'll be fun.
Teresa says, it was 74 and beautiful blue sky on Long Island. That must have been nice.
Yeah.
Marion says, need to have those connections. Yes. Pam says, is there a local newspaper or newsletter to put an ad in?
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's
Who's talking this?
Pam.
So, you, generally speaking, with that traditional marketing, I used to work in publishing and I actually work for a newspaper, 2 newspapers. So you have to have 6 months of advertising before you see a return on that. And generally speaking, the ads either go between you have different kind of pricing structures, so you can either do per issue per capita. So that means however many they run, it could be this much or it could be more. And so that could be anywhere from $35 to $500.
Yeah, we ain't got that kind of budget.
And so,
No, if we were going to do it, if we were going to run an ad for 6 months, we would do something on Facebook or social media.
I'm not opposed to traditional print advertising. However, it's been proven that editorial content will generate higher return than ads unless you have money to constantly fill it. And we actually used to advertise in the Johnstown magazine for months and months and months, many years ago. And we really didn't see a big return on investment of that. I mean, it was nice to support another small business.
Yeah, and when we can, we try.
But we also had way less expenses then.
Yeah.
So it was just different.
Yeah. But I think we would get a bigger return, like I said, if we put something on social media, because our in-store people generally throughout what we've seen, our in-store people aren't as active on our website. So by running a Facebook ad, we would hit both people who would come in-store and people to go on our website.
Plus we're a very niche.
Not everybody wants to bead, y'all.
So it's like, it's not uncommon with, at least when we were in Ligonier, for somebody to walk in the store and then walk out.
Yeah.
Like if you have a restaurant, generally speaking, if somebody's walking in, they're going to buy.
They're gonna sit down.
Unless there's like a long wait or they see like a toenail on the counter or something, so it's just a different kind of market. And with social media, the nice thing about that is that you can target your demographics, and you can actually clone demographics for popular craft stores or whatever, which is a whole other topic. So if we have that money to spend on advertising, we're going to use that money in a way that is going to be the highest return on investment. And we've been doing this for 12 years, so we've tried all the different ways that you can try to talk about your business.
We try to get stories. We try to get stories done, like you said, editorial things, do things in the community that we can write, that they can write an article about, and then
because people will actually read that.
Yeah, and they appreciate that.
If it's in one of those brochures, those mailers, I throw them away. I don't look at them anymore. So
it's the same with the ad section in a newspaper. People know to skip that. It's like it's one of those things where there's a reason why print media is having a hard time. And it's just because the way people consume content is different now. Don't get me wrong, I love a magazine. I would still love to have a magazine.
I would like to do a magazine, but we need to win the lotto first.
Right. Hey, Susie, thanks for joining us. Marianne says lots of people have days off that aren't on weekends. Yeah, we're here for you. Fridays. Marianne said, my issue is a fraudulent charge for less than $5 and they sent you a new one. I mean, any fraudulent charge, they're pretty much going to send you a new card.
That's kind of sad though.
Yeah, it is. You have to go through all that.
For $5.
I know. Let's see here. I don't read newspapers anymore, says Marianne.
I love a good newspaper, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we used to subscribe to our local one.
It's changed hands a couple times, and
some of the people that we knew who were editors are no longer editors.
Yeah, so it's just different.
Susan is here with us. Yeah, usually the smaller newspapers get bought out by the larger ones, and then, sometimes they hold out their little niche area, and then sometimes they start to get slowly gobbled up, and the stories start to be less about the local stuff. It's just, they can't hire enough reporters and pay enough people to be on the local beats. Susan is with us. Hello, hello. Marianne says, hey, Susan. The store looks amazing, says Susan. Thank you. It's getting there, little by little. We're people that like to see the progress, right? But
well, I would like it to be just done, but
done.
That's not possible.
We do have a videographer coming in Wednesday.
She does. She's like a reporter, but on YouTube.
Yeah. So on YouTube, I think it's Johnstown's Finest, and she has started. It's kind of like our Around the Towns that we used to do. She started this out by doing this on her own, and going to Johnstown businesses and talking to them and doing these little videos for them. We've contacted her, and she's going to come in on Wednesday and chat with us and maybe record a video to kind of show people what's out there, what we have so far, and also kind of let people know that our grand opening is going to be happening at the end of the month.
So we have to bust a move.
Got to bust a move by next week to have as much enough for a video, right? Like our videos are one thing, but to have somebody else come in and do a video. So that's why we have onesie twosies today, so that when they go around with the video camera and they look at the bowls and the bowls have one little bead in them.
It doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, we don't want that. We want to sell this stuff so that we don't have these onesie twosie bowls. All the bowls look full, or at least plusher.
Well, I think it's one of those things where we already, I think people are surprised when they come in.
That we have so much.
But we haven't even scraped the surface yet.
No, like the women today, they're like, there's so much, I'm getting overwhelmed. And I'm like, this is like a third probably of what we actually have. I'm like, our space was like twice this big in what we had before.
Yeah.
Because we had more wall space, we had more hanging space.
I think we just have, we also have to get used to this space and the way that we utilize it. So
every space is a little different.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take a minute to figure out like where the hot spots are, where the cold spots are. Have a choke on your own spit.
Cheryl says that's why our Milwaukee newspaper closed up and my hubby had to retire early.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's sad when all that happens, right? It really is. I didn't know that that's what he did. Sometimes I don't know what your spouses do.
I don't know what a lot of people do.
Right, that's true too.
Unless you tell us.
Yeah, we don't try to pry too much. I do read the odd article from a newspaper online, says Marianne. Right. Cheryl says they now make the paper in Illinois. Wow, that's strange, right? It's so weird. Susie says hello. It's Susie from Florida. Thank you, Susie from Florida, for joining us. Says Susie Wyatt.
Oh, hi.
It's good to see you here again. Says I like the green. Thank you.
It's actually 4 shades of green. So I don't know if y'all can tell, but we in our old store we painted everything one color green. And it did this weird thing where, depending on the time of day or whatever, it would turn either blue or gray, and sometimes even white.
It was very weird. And it would miscolor everything we took a picture of.
And people sometimes look ill.
Yes.
So, that they went through the consumption.
Like this green is not necessarily making me look super pasty, and I'm pale as it is, I already know that. But the other green, when I would take a picture in front of it, I had to do a lot of color correction because I looked like I was a ghost.
And then when he did that, then I would look like I got burnt by the sun.
Yeah, I had to color correct for me, and then Andrew looked super dark.
Which is fine, but so with this one, we try to balance that out with doing 4 different shades of green, So, and I don't think you really realize it.
No.
Like, you don't necessarily see the differences, but somehow on the phone, on the camera, it looks like one color, but it's actually 4 different colors.
Yeah, like those, there is across the top of these shelving units right here, that's one color. The shelving units themselves are another color. This wall is another color.
And then
The
like outside.
The outside is actually no, they are the same colors as
No,
those.
they're not. They're slightly different.
They're supposed to be the same.
But
but
they're slightly different.
They're newly mixed. So they ended up being, and it's exterior versus interior paint. So.
Because I have, like, you can see that spot on the door where I try to, there was a marker spot, and so I try to paint over it.
Well, that was the old door color. We didn't get the inside of the door. I gotta paint the inside of the door.
I'm gonna have to paint the whole door now.
Just the inside.
And the sides.
And the sides. Yeah, we didn't get that far. I got the outside of the door.
We should today because we have the door open most of the day.
Yeah, we did. Anyway, thank you, Susie. Glad you like the green.
But it did take a little bit of balancing.
Yes.
And then also,
I think it looked good though. I think it looks good.
There's a lot of like warm tones when you come in, so we had to kind of balance the warm with the cool, and so it's been a process of getting kind of like figuring out how to make it.
But I think with the warmer woods that we have in here, like this and the freezer back there, I think it looks really nice. I think we're getting there.
Well, when we had this, I don't know how many of you remember, it was like shades of red and purple. And
yeah, just look back a few posts, you'll see.
The purple is kind of like a grayish purple. And so it looked, and there were like all the windows were covered. And so when you came in here, it felt very dark.
Yeah,
and
super
very like murder den.
It's much more refreshing now.
Somebody, when they came in, they said, you know what? It looked like a red rum.
Red rum.
You know, from The Shining.
The murder.
And then so now it doesn't look like that.
No, not at all. Susie says, are you living in Johnstown or commuting? We are commuting.
Yeah.
We are considering a move at some point, but that would probably be years down the road.
We have a lot of stuff.
We'd have to downsize. We'd have to fix up our house in order to make a profit on it.
To sell it.
Or we'd have to fix it up enough to Airbnb it, depending on what we wanted to do.
I don't really want to clean up after other people, so that's the.
Or have a service to do that.
Maybe.
But it's hard to manage something, you know, if you're here, we're here.
But the houses here, if we get in, well, the prices are so good. We probably could do both and slowly move over. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if we could,
something.
I don't think we could take on no bank can give us a fourth mortgage right now, though.
William, you said that about this place, and you manifested this.
Oh.
So, you never know.
You never know. Let's see here.
I could get one of them $200 houses, then what are you going to say? You can't afford it?
You got to fix those up.
You don't know that. They're tax sales. I'll fight somebody.
Susie says, I identified myself because I didn't know if I would show up as Facebook user. No, you're good. You're good now.
Oh, good. Usually you are Facebook user.
I know.
Susie's the Facebook user.
I know. Mixing the colors is pretty cool. Like how many shades of pink in the Barbie movie?
You know they ran out of pink paint.
I believe that.
Did you? Well, it's actually a more complicated story than that. So the pandemic, this actually is a true story. I'm not making it up. It sounds made up. But so apparently in this country, if you're buying a paint can, it comes from one of two places. And the place in Texas where a majority of those paint cans come from ended up catching fire. And because of the pandemic, they didn't like instantly rebuild, and it took them time to rebuild it. So there was a shortage of paint cans.
It's true.
And so people, if the color wasn't already existing, they were having problems getting it. And then also the pigments were also on lockdown too when they were trying to make the movie. So it's so weird to think that like a color has, you know, when you think about color, you think it's like everywhere, as accessible to everyone at all times, every day, all the time. And no.
It's not.
So they ran out of pink paint. There's a pink paint shortage. And they said Barbie bought all the pink paint, and maybe they did. But I know they brought a lot of it.
Sure.
But yeah.
And
The
then
more you know.
right? Cindy said like and shared, but the electric is going off and on here. No storms. Uh-oh. I hate when that happens. I know, right? Marianne says maybe can see a slight difference between the walls and the shelves.
You can, if you,
You can definitely see between walls and shelves.
on camera though,
It's harder on camera.
in real life you can see it. But in on camera it looks more homogeneous.
Debbie. Hello, Debbie. My daughter-in-law painted her whole house a yellow, but the lighting and in pictures it looked lime green.
Yeah, yellow fluorescent,
It happens. You got that blue fluorescent.
which is what we have. We have fluorescent bulbs.
Uh-huh.
But we balance out. So we also, here's the other thing. So they're not all plugged in right now, but there are cam lights hidden around the store. And what they do is they bring your eye up and they also change the light. And then we put mirrors, so it bounces the light off of the mirrors and makes it brighter also.
A little bit of brightness. We also got nice windows up there bringing in the daylight, which helps a lot.
Yeah, we were going to replace the drapes,
Curtains on them, yeah.
but I don't think we will.
No, our other store was long like this, but had no natural light coming in.
You know, in winter we might do it just to save on heating.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe just open them up when we're here, because it gets dreary in Pennsylvania during winter. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Let's see here. I'm talking about bubblers, drinking fountains. Susie says, just about to say how the green was balanced by the wood. It looks nice and inviting. Thank you.
Thanks. We're trying. Of course, we're going to move everything around once we get everything out. So, and then like the insides of these cases, I might paint and add different things. There's this really beautiful William Morris print that I want to put up. And I think it'll make sense.
Oh, hey, there's Sonia.
Oh, Sonia.
Hello, says hello again. Yep, looking great
Hi.
from this view. Thank you.
I have an email to send you about something we're working on. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, hopefully you're all doing well.
Yeah, they have a shop up in Erie. If you're up there, look for Cauldron and Thorn. We haven't gotten to go yet. Maybe not this week.
Definitely not this
Not
week.
next week. Not this week.
And then you had your class cancel.
Yeah, I got one of the classes that I was supposed to go to ended up the enrollment for the class didn't fill. So they canceled the class. So I had to switch around. So July, I'm gonna hardly be here.
Wasn't that one? It's at the end of June you're taking. Right before the opening.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought it was right at the end of June.
Mm-mm.
You switched it to the
It's
other
in the
one.
middle of July, and then I'll be gone at the end of July. I had planned it out, so I was gone 1 week a month, and now July I'm just pretty much gone.
Amanda says you have an AG sign on the front window. We have a sign out in the front door. We don't have any of the windows blocked, but we have paper signs saying our hours and stuff, but we have the big sign hanging out front for now until we get all the sign permits and all the things we need for that to get the bigger signs out on the side and all that. I'm gonna have to use that Cricut hard.
I don't know. It's kind of a big sign, so we'll have to see what we can do.
Hey, our friend Gorilla Discourse is out there. Says hi, y'all.
Howdy.
Hey.
Looks a little different in the back behind, isn't it?
Hope you're doing well out there. I have to look over here for Instagram. If you don't know why I'm like, hey.
He doesn't go that.
Try not to go like that.
He does his eyes. Grandpa over here can't see anything, so it's I'm talking about me, not him. It's just a gentle fuzz.
Says Alba here. We know who you are. We just don't say real names unless you say real names.
Come for a visit.
Yeah, you gotta come for a
It's
visit.
been a
We
while.
haven't seen you in a long while.
I never forgot about hanging out.
We don't hang out with anybody except on the lives, which we're glad we get to hang out with you all
It's
because
Friday night
it's like our
live.
socialization. I know we had up to 20 some people watching. We're down to 16. We're all up and down a little bit. But yeah. It says come to NYC.
Is that where you live now?
Is that where you're at? We
Last time I saw you, you were in Michigan.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, we should at some point. I haven't been back since I left.
Yeah, you have.
Huh?
You did go back.
New York City?
Mm-hmm.
When?
To train your replacement.
Oh, that wasn't actually leaving yet.
We moved.
I know, but we weren't permanently moved.
We were gone.
I have not been back since we permanently moved here
Except for when you went back,
for like 2 days.
and I was there by myself, and it was longer than that too. And so I was there by myself, and it was like in the middle of a snowstorm, and I was like, I'm all by myself in the woods.
Okay, since a week after we got back here, or a week after we moved here, I have not been to New York City since 2009.
I've been back a couple times.
Yeah, Andrew's gone back and stayed a few times.
But mostly to teach or do a show.
Angela's here, says, hey, watching on YouTube. Thank you. You're also on Facebook, apparently.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Elvis says, did y'all meet in New York City? Yes, we met there. We met in 2007. We moved here in 2009. And yes, we've not been back. I've not been back since, December of 2009?
We have cats now.
We have cats now. That's our excuse for never coming back. Susan says, I want to go back to NYC so badly. I want to go to the Strand. Amanda says, I've only been to upstate New York, not New York City. We used to go to upstate New York when I was in college almost every year. My friends went to Ithaca and Cornell University. So we'd go up to the Finger Lakes almost every spring or fall and do the wine touring. That was nice. And
You don't drink anymore.
I don't drink anymore, so we don't do that.
I can go though.
But we used to stay, there was a place we stayed the last time we went up. This was just, I think, before we moved from New York. We made the decision to move, and then my friends and I went up to New York, and we stayed at this little cottage on a lake, and it was so nice. But
I could go to the wine tour.
we haven't been up there since.
I'll let you know how it goes.
He's like, you can drive me around.
I'll just go by myself.
Oh, he's gonna go drive and get drunk, huh?
No, I'll make friends.
You'll make friends. Suzanne says, hello everyone, just got finished updating my phone. Nice, that new phone, gotta get that update going. Ann says, hi all, we're at the store, yay. Yes, we are.
Which Ann?
Ann Schroeder.
Are you still in New York? You were in New York just
Yeah,
recently.
Did you get back, or are you still there? Yeah, so we're at the store now.
You
Friday.
might have missed all the excitement.
Friday
since
Night
you've been
Live.
Traveling.
She's home, she says. I'm home.
Can't stay away from Daniel.
Marion says, have done wine tours in British Columbia and Washington, plus whiskey tour in Scotland. Well, that's fancy.
Oh,
That's fancy.
Extra fancy.
I don't think I'd like a whiskey tour, but I'd like to go to Scotland. That'd be good. I don't like whiskey.
I like it when it's in stuff.
A whiskey sour?
I'm talking about like baked goods.
Oh, and baked goods. Amanda says, I'll probably visit upstate New York again a couple times this summer. Nice.
That's like close though, isn't it?
I know. That's only a few hours from us. I don't see your excuse for not visiting us while you do that.
That's still pretty far. That's like 6 hour drive.
Suzanne says, we did a wine tour in North Carolina. Nice. I've never done that there. Marianne says, I like Scotch neat. No, thank you.
She used to work at a winery.
Did she?
Like the Biltmore.
I was going to say, it was the Biltmore, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how's everybody? You having a good weekend? Start to your weekend? Are you enjoying? How was your week? You have a good one? It's been a little wild. Seeing some names here we haven't seen for a little while, so hopefully you're all doing well out there. It's Friday night. Seems like more people are online Friday night. We've had some low numbers lately, so I don't know if people are just busy. Probably people are busy. You got yard work to do. You got stuff to do. It's summer. It happens. But glad to see you all here tonight. So tonight's theme is knockout sale. So that means we have some things that we have ones or twos or maybe threes of, and we don't want them sitting in bowls by themselves anymore.
It looks sad.
It looks sad when you have because everything gets a skew. So we can't just throw even if it's $1.50 and this other thing is $1.50, we can't just throw the $2.50 things together to make them look better because everything has a separate skew.
Oh, for inventory.
For inventory reasons. So
I can't even imagine an inventory now.
so we have all that, and whenever it's sitting in a bowl by itself and people walk around, it's kind of fine, but we like things to look more full. So
I don't like it looks sparse.
So we picked a number of things here today, and I got a lot of different things. Some of these we're going to give you lot numbers. Some of them we're just going to give you the SKUs that are on them.
Are y'all going to be able? Do you like that, or do you want a piece of paper?
It has a piece of paper. They're going to be able to see the SKU number. You all did SKUs before, most of you, right? It's all right. You just send an email with the SKU number. It's not going to horrify you. What's horrifying is that we have no paper here. So we couldn't make paper if we had to.
We can find a way, William.
He's like, I will get the tissue paper out.
Correct. We got a whole trash bag full. And just iron that out with the palm of our hand.
Right. Susan said, I'd love to go to Scotland. I have some Scots ancestry on my dad's side. Would be interested to check out the places. I've located various ancestors.
I like that. Never mind. I was gonna say Bridgerton, but she's not from Scotland. She's from Ireland.
Amanda says the map says it's just over 6 hour drive to Ligonier. See, just 6 hours.
That's 3 movies.
Just
How
6 hour
many
drive.
of a 30-hour book is that?
But remember, you got to come to Johnstown now. It might be closer. Aren't we a little more north?
No. Like this. East.
I thought 271 was a north-south road. Guess not. Guess not. Guess I'm wrong.
No, but where I did my errand today is 30 minutes. It's like I'm traveling in triangles. Everything's 35 minutes away.
That's when I grew up, that's everything we did. We were in the middle of everything, which was kind of nice, but everything. Go to Indiana, 35 minutes. Go to Johnstown, 35 minutes. Go to Evansburg, 35 minutes.
Yeah. But that one town is really cute, Somerset.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna go to and like do stuff, but then I wasn't feeling good.
Anne says, I actually looked at travel options from NYC to Johnstown when I was there, but didn't find anything that seemed doable.
The train.
Yeah, the train from Grand Central
I don't know if it
takes.
still runs the
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
the Pennsylvanian. It runs once a day still, I think. It's like train 41 or something like that, I think. They were talking about discontinuing it for a while, but I think it still runs. It takes about 9 hours to get to the Johnstown station.
So you'd basically be back in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it switches from electric to gas in Philadelphia. That's a little long layover, and it switches engines. And then from there, it's like about an hour to do all that, get there and then do all that. And then it's like an 8-hour train trip across Pennsylvania, which isn't too bad if you like just want to spend the day on the train, but it's like a work day on the train each way.
I like it.
Yeah, if you got the time, it's great. But if you want to get somewhere fast, I mean, you can drive here from New York, but it's still like 6 hours or 7 hours. So it's not much slower on the train, and you don't have to pay attention.
And in theory, it could be cheap. It's cheaper.
Yeah,
Because you
cheaper
have to
than
pay
gas.
for gas or tolls.
So,
Like if you go on the Verrazano Bridge, that's like a $20 toll.
yeah. But if you have to leave early, it only hits once in the morning, and it arrives pretty late at night. So you got to pretty much have 3 days to see anything.
Oh, there's also a megabus.
There is Megabus, but I don't know if it comes to Johnstown.
It comes to
It might go to Greensburg.
State College. Goes to State College.
That's like
and then it goes
2.5
to
hours away.
Pittsburgh. If you're around on a bus to see us, I'll pick you up.
He says, I will pick you up. Susan says, we both gardened this week. Fingers crossed things are looking good. Now I have some houseplants to repot. Nice.
We're gonna transplant the geraniums.
Yeah, we think we're bringing up the geraniums because they have survived some non-watering.
Yeah, they do that.
They are strong in their hearts. Because they, year after year after year, they bloom. They bloom through a window that has been plasticed over, so they don't get actual light through. They just get kind of like a diffused light.
Maybe they like that.
They are in a cold window all winter. They get watered every 3-4 weeks, like, and they are still like, they are awesome plants. So they, I think, are going to come up and get planted here in Johnstown.
We had those in our window boxes at the cottage, and then I got to the point where I was like, we need to rebuild these window boxes, and then we just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah. So they've been living indoors, and every once in a while when I think about it, I go in there and I water them, and they have kept themselves alive.
And we'll see if they like this Johnstown.
And I trim them. I trim them every once in a while. I get the shears out and I cut all the bad stuff off, and they're doing okay. So, yeah, it's gonna be good. Amanda says, it's nice to go to a different country once in a while. We will be staying close to the border, so the trips will be like day trips more likely. I get it. We get it. There's usually another Bead Live going on Friday night from South or North Carolina. I don't know. I don't know who that would be.
That's not any of our business.
No.
We keep to ourselves now.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I can't even think of who that would be. I don't know.
Maybe Kay.
Maybe Kay. I don't know. We don't know what goes on. We just do our
We
thing.
go every day.
Every weekday at 7:30, pretty much. That's what we do.
And I don't care what anybody else is doing.
No. You want to watch us? Watch us. You want to watch them?
Yeah.
That's not our
Or you
business.
talking about because nobody watches some nights? But that was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
They said Friday night, so
Um,
no, I don't know. I don't know who's Friday night.
I think one of the things is for the longest time, we've been over backwards to accommodate everybody. And it caused a lot of conflict. And so the best thing we can do is just do our own and just mind our business and keep to ourselves.
Yep.
And whatever happens, happens. If people can't watch it at the same time, then you just have to watch the replay.
Yeah.
And we
Pick
have
one.
to hope that people are doing that because we do rely on our lives.
We do.
So when people actually choose us to watch, it's a real big honor for us because we realize that there are a lot of options out there.
Yep.
And so we're just real thankful for all of you out there who allow us to have this life and to do these things. And
Yeah, and we used to, like he said, we used to bend over backwards to try to make sure that we weren't stepping on anybody's toes. And when you do that, sometimes that invites people in to cause more conflict.
they step on you.
They step on you, or they expect you to continue doing that no matter how far they put you out. And so we've just decided we're going to do, this is it. This is what we do. We're going to do this and let it be what it is. And so thank you all, as Andrew said, for watching when you do watch. And if you catch the replays, you're watching this in a replay, thank you for taking the time to do that as well.
Yep.
But
But nowadays, we still collaborate with a lot of people, but it's
been on pause for a little while because we've been doing this.
We are doing, but when we do stuff, we do it in a way that is, I don't know.
Always try to be mutually beneficial.
I felt like I was like, that person with a clipboard that goes around and checks on people and does stuff and and that's exhausting.
You try to keep track of everyone else.
But also, that's not my business. So that's the other thing. It's like I just want to focus on our building our lives and us doing our things and focusing on what is going to nurture our future and grow that. Because I think so often people get so fixated with competition or what other people are doing. And there's oh, did you see this? Oh, did you do that? Oh, who's doing this? Oh, this person, they sold the same thing but 20 cents under. And it's exhausting. It's just emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausting to try to keep up with everybody else. So
yeah, and we did it in ways too that we worked very hard not to do. There are some things that we did, let's just say, there are some things that we did not do because we didn't want to step on anybody's toes, but then that doesn't, as he said, nourish us, and it doesn't, always allow us to do what we do best for all of you too. And so there's room in all of this for everybody.
Yeah,
is what it comes down to.
And I think that's the thing. It's sometimes self-care comes in the form of looking after yourself. Mm-hmm. And this is not to say that we're not community players or stuff like that.
I think we've proven that.
Because I firmly believe in community, but at the same time, I think it's one of those things where you just kind of have to focus on your own mind your business.
Yeah, do what you're gonna do, because everybody else is gonna do what they're gonna do, and that's kind of,
And we started more of that mentality when we started our business, where we just kind of did our own thing, mainly because we didn't really know. I knew people, but at that point, it wasn't as pervasive, I guess, because we weren't, going live every day, and people kind of had that false kind of sense of incognito because you were behind, closed doors or whatever.
Mhm.
So, anyways,
Charlie says, "Love what you're saying."
thanks.
Um,
Except I'll collaborate with you, Charlie.
right.
You can come over and we'll make stuff any day of the week.
Teresa says, "I love taking the train."
Yeah.
Suzanne asks, "Is there an airport?" There is a Johnstown airport.
And there's a Latrobe Airport, and
They're smaller, so sometimes those fees are a little bit higher for the smaller airports. But if you're in a Spirit area, that one to Latrobe can be cheap.
yeah, it can be like $30.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna come into Pittsburgh and you need a ride, just let us know,
Yep.
and we can. If
We
we
can
can
make
do
that
it,
happen.
we'll do it.
Yeah.
If you're coming to see us now, if you come in to see your cousin and you blow past us, I'm not picking you up.
If it's just like a wave, you don't
That's
use
not
us for
the
the
Uber.
taxi, right?
But if you're gonna come and like hang out and stuff, I'll pick you up.
Susan said geraniums are pretty hardy usually. I kept one from last year, trimmed back some dead areas on it, and put it on our deck. Yeah, these geraniums are literally probably 3 or 4 years old now, and they bloom every year. They bloom every year. My old boss, he had a geranium that he took care of until he passed, and he had it in a gigantic, like it was like this big a pot. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger
Wow.
at the Roadster factory. They'd move it into the showroom window. Like it took 2 people to move the pot around. It was so big.
That's like our jade plant before it.
It had some issues. Geraniums can be overwinter bare rooted.
It became one with the earth
Nice.
again.
Yeah, it did. Marion says, AG Bead Fam is the way to go. Thank you.
Thanks.
We think so.
Well, we try really hard to create, and this is not to say anything bad about anyone. Don't get us wrong. We're not disparaging anybody else. Like I said, we're minding our own business.
Yep.
And that's,
We're going to do what we do. Cindy says, I watch because I love how open and honest you are with life. Also, I love how you aren't afraid to be yourselves. Oh, and I love the store. Thanks.
Well, I'm not disparaging anybody. There are some people who are not the way they are in real life. And
You know
just
when you
have to
meet that-
take-
You meet those people and you're like so excited because you know them from TV.
You just have to take that with a grain of salt.
They're not always the same.
Because
We might be a little less, I might be more outgoing on camera because I'm reserved in person, maybe. Although with all of y'all, probably not. But like I'm not always, like I feel like I'm a little extroverted on camera. Like I've gotten used to lives to the point where I'm just like, I'm just talking to y'all. But I would not walk up to somebody at a party and do that. But that's the only difference.
It depends on the day of the week.
Maybe. If you come into the store, I am like that. You come into my area, I guess that's kind of what it is. This is like my area.
The zone.
This zone. This is my zone. And if you're in my zone, I can talk like crazy.
Willie MJ zone.
Willie MJ, right? Andy TT, Willie MJ. But if I go to someone else's zone, then I'm not like this generally at all. Until I get used to you.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about this because we were talking about having people in the house and stuff. And if you've come to our house before, generally speaking, the next time you come to our house again, I'm a little bit warmer. But the first time you come in, I'm super on edge.
Yeah.
Because I generally don't have people in our space.
So until we break that ice and
Yeah. So
get comfy in our hard pants.
I'm not wearing
He says he doesn't-
hard pants today.
Yeah, you are.
But
Yeah, you are.
generally speaking, I wear soft pants.
Charlie says, you can put me to work too. I love to learn. And says, I need a geranium, my poor plants. Right.
Yeah, I never knew that geraniums were so hardy. But you know what? We've had geraniums since we first opened the store. So this is not a great literary reference because the person is like dubious. But in To Kill a Mockingbird, there was a character who was growing geraniums in coffee cans. And so since we were in with a bookstore, I used to take the Cafe Bustelo and drill holes in it and make little planters. And then I would hang it because we had I don't know if it was wrought iron, but it was like that kind of style gate. And so I would hang those from, and it was blue. So it was all blue. And then those cans were bright yellow. And then the flowers were bright red. So I thought it kind of had the primary colors.
Yeah. Susan says, I have scented geraniums I got from a picnic where this woman brought leftover plants to give out for free. I've kept this one alive since 1994.
Wow.
Its cuttings are everywhere, including the deck.
Nice.
Susan says, this is the best live.
Thanks.
Nice. I think today's going well. See, you all are talking. That's helped.
But I kind of feel like I'm maybe going to get in trouble later.
Andrew's got this sense of impending
Somebody's
doom.
gonna write an email.
Be like, I heard you say.
Well, I'm be like, wow.
Let me tell you
Listen, Linda.
too. Suzanne says, I'd be coming to see you guys.
Yeah, come on down.
Marianne says, how far is Williamsburg from y'all?
Williamsburg, Virginia?
Williamsburg, Virginia? I don't know.
Who said this?
Marianne. So she's looking history. It would be Williamsburg,
Oh.
Virginia. I don't know, but we went on a school trip to Williamsburg. I think it's Williamsburg and Busch Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on a school trip from my high school there. So it can't be that crazy because we didn't go, I don't think, on overnight trips. I don't think that was an overnight trip. So it has to be fairly close.
Is Linda's watching? She would know. She lives in Virginia.
Amanda says, I have flowers blooming right now that I thought were annuals that I planted last year. Nice. Did our light
They
just go out?
self-seed?
Maybe they did. Some garden snobs think geraniums are too common. I think they're very cool. Yeah, our light's blinking over there in the light in the window.
In the window?
Yeah, that one light just went off and came back on. We got people saying hello from the other side. That's what they tell me.
Hmm. It could be that the bulb has been running.
Norma says, I think you're pretty much the same in person.
Yeah.
We try to be. We try to be.
Noah's come to the store.
Mhm.
How's your friend doing, by the way? Is she better? She's having some health problems. Or maybe you don't want to talk about her business. So that's
Right.
fine too.
Yeah. Susie says Martha Airport, United Airlines is the only airline there. Yeah, there's only one. There's only one. I flew out of that to go to France, though. They flew to, I think, Philly first. And then I think we actually went from Philly to maybe Dulles and then took off to Paris when I went to Paris. But I flew out of Johnstown to go to Paris. And I think it was United still back then.
You might as well have just flew out of
Pittsburgh.
Dallas
I don't know why. Maybe it was Pittsburgh. I don't know. One of them, for some reason, I think we went back and it was probably the cheaper ticket is probably what it was. But I think my aunt got me that ticket. So I don't think I'd stay with you I don't think I'd stay with you all because you and the kitties need your privacy.
Who said this?
Susan. Surreal.
Well, you can. We have a guest room. You can stay there. But if you want to stay at a hotel or you want to stay at Airbnb, even better.
Right? Makes it easy.
Because I don't mind having house guests. I really enjoy it. I like to entertain. I've gotten out of the habit of it because we used to entertain all the time. We always had a dinner party. I mean, Alba's watching. She's been to several. I've known Alba since the high school time, so a little while. But we're out of the habit of that.
Yes.
So we have to, and then the pandemic, that didn't
That
help.
really, yeah. And says, I get that. If I just meet you, I'm so quiet. If I know you and I'm in my zone, I'm so loud. It's true. I get it. Marion, I have no plants. Sigh. My cat's killed my spider plant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barnaby kept chewing.
Apparently, I think it's spider plants because I looked this up. I'm like, is it safe for them to eat? Apparently, it's safe, but it induces a little bit of craziness. Like they can have like not a psychotic break, but it can give them like, yeah, that kind of like they're on acid or something. So
Is that why he liked it?
that might be why he likes it.
Because he likes catnip.
Well, catnip's different. That's a different. It's not like catnip apparently. I read this on the internet, so I don't know for sure. But but
Was it AI
supposedly the spider plants can give some cats like they it's like a wild trip for a cat.
How they know?
I don't know.
To like eat the plant.
Amanda says one of my cats ate an entire spider plant.
Did it have a
Did
hallucinogen?
Did it get high? Let's see here.
I met a couple of y'all in real life.
Debbie said I had a geranium for close to 30 years.
Oh, boy.
Nice. Marion says possible ghost. See, I told you. Possible
I've been in this
ghost.
building old, so.
Amanda says another revenue stream for you: haunted house tours.
Oh, we'd be busy. I think somebody does that already now.
Norma says my friend Mary Jo is not well but coping. Thanks for asking. She wants to go to Johnstown and see the new store next time I visit. Nice.
Do it.
Bring her up. Suzanne says house guests are okay, but my cats don't like them.
Our cats probably don't know how to react. So that's the other thing.
Yeah, we don't know how the girls are going to react to guests.
Yeah, Barnaby and Gilbert, sometimes it just depends on the person. Because some of the cats,
Sometimes Gilbert warms up to people really quick.
oh my gosh, he hugged Brandon.
Yeah,
He jumped up and hugged him.
and Brandon's not even a cat person really. But
He said he don't have a cat. He has somebody else's cat lives with him. And I'm like, you have a cat though.
yeah,
If you take care of his poop, then you have a cat.
or even if you don't.
Wow. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
Charlie said, don't worry about it. We're going to get mugged. Don't worry about it, William. They're already joking with me online about that. Cheryl. Says, my cat kept stealing my spider plants and I had no idea why. It's getting high. It's having
In its private time.
It's having that acid trip.
That's cute.
That's cute.
It's giving self-care.
Aw, poor Cinnamon. Suzanne said Cinnamon hid for 3 days and got a urinary infection. Yeah, it's hard. It's sometimes really hard, right?
Cats, they experience them through their bladder and their kidneys.
Yes. Yeah, especially boy cats. Apparently, their bladders are directly attached to like how stressed out they are.
Which actually humans are too.
Yeah, we just don't recognize it as much.
Well, it's like the pituitary. That's how my dad got sick. He got that. He got kidney cancer, and I think he was so scared of what he would do after not working that he just killed himself because he just couldn't face the idea of not working. It was too stressful. All that freedom was too stressful.
All that freedom.
I think so, honestly.
But yeah. Oh no, Marianne says my upstairs neighbor is singing again.
Oh, Friday night.
It's Friday night serenade time.
What is your neighbor singing tonight?
Yeah, what's on the record player tonight?
I know, what's on the docket, on the playlist.
It's on the playlist. Amanda says my cat was already crazy, didn't notice anything after eating the whole plant. Oh boy. Norma says I can't have any houseplants because my cats will eat them all. Right?
Yeah, we used to have, when we lived in the apartment when we moved here, I had over 100 succulents. And I had been collecting.
Full windowsills completely full of many different kinds of succulents.
And there's lush, like.
It's like a little jungle in there.
But with succulents, because every time I would go to Tucson, I'd bring one back, and then of course when it breaks or whatever, it'd make babies. So, and then when we moved into town, and Paolo and Babette, they like sometimes would mess around with them, but for the most part, they didn't really mess around too much.
Yeah. Cheryl's laughing.
But Gilbert and Barnaby, I thought I was gonna go into the brink of madness. They came in, and Gilbert was in like rolling around with the pots and like throwing stuff up in the air, and there was dirt everywhere, and there were plants everywhere. And it was like, oh my gosh, am I blacking out now?
The anger blacked out, made him black out.
So that is less than ideal. So we don't keep house plants
Right.
in where the cats can get them.
Charlie says he never tries to get anything besides homemade bread and spider plants. Susie says Idabel, Gertie, and Barnaby are welcoming. Yeah, I would see that. Tallulah generally would be too, but she does hang back.
She likes boys.
Yeah, she does.
She likes men folk.
And Gilbert is just under the bed.
You know the neighbor child? She runs up and rubs her body or goes to the window.
The window was open and he was just mowing. And he can't have cats because he's allergic, but he wants cats. And she was just like wanting attention from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did he have a shirt on?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes he have a shirt on and she like starts going up on the, I was like, human, you are cat, he is human. They don't mix. That's not forbidden love time.
Right?
That's gonna be something different.
Singing again, didn't notice. He might assume I really wanted him to sing it. That would really hurt, as I love that song. Marianne, what song? I don't see the comment about what song it is. What's he singing tonight?
Who's singing? You?
The upstairs neighbor.
Oh. He was singing to you? I think he's sweet on you, Marianne.
Marianne needs some earbuds so she can listen to the live but not have put the earbuds with noise cancellation.
There you go.
But buy beads instead, Marianne. Don't worry about those earbuds. Let's see here. Susan says, I got a chicks and hens succulent. I wanted one for a long time. I'll replant over the weekend. Those are cute. My aunt has those. She has them popping up everywhere now.
You know, they've never grown well for us.
No, we for some reason can't grow them. But my aunt, she likes them.
I can't grow.
But her dogs keep tearing them out too.
I used to be able to grow like all these exotic succulents. Now we got nothing. No, we have our love plant.
We have our love plant. It's been repopulated a number of times.
It's growing all over the basement.
Yeah. We have a grow light in the basement. And even though Barnaby goes down there, he doesn't eat them.
He tries it. He
tries to eat some of the stuff down there.
Sometimes he's a little bit passive aggressive.
Yeah, he is.
So he'll be like, he'll watch me, and then he'll like try to act like he's gonna bite the plant.
Yeah.
And I know he don't want that plant, but he wants to go outside.
He wants attention of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And so he will look at you and do the bad things while he's staring you in the eye. But no.
That's not endearing at all. No. That's less endearing.
Oh, the song I was referring to is The Sound of Silence. All right. Well, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. We haven't shown you anything. So let's.
One of these shows is going to be real different.
I know. And my eyes are, I keep rubbing my eyes. Sorry, everybody. My eyes are drying out. There's a fan directly above me. Do you ever have a fan on you and you feel like you're getting a fever because of it? That happens to me a lot. And I feel like I'm getting a fever. It's not a real fever. It's just from the fan blowing on me.
I don't think that's real.
That's real. Well, it's real for me. It may not be real for you.
Fan-induced fevers?
Yeah. You feel my face. It's really hot right now. Look, I'm even red.
That's because you got long sleeve.
No, I'm cold. And my face is hot from the fan. That's why I can't have fans too much when I'm
Reach up and turn it off.
well, I don't want to make you hot too, because I know that you.
I'll be fine.
Okay, good, because I wanted to do that a long time ago. It's also drying my eyes out. Friday night chat is good, right? Amanda says, "Are you having a hot flash, William?" Maybe. It is that.
It's got like 3 layers on.
It's that time of life. What do you mean 3 layers?
You have an undershirt?
No, just these 2 shirts. Just my
Okay,
normal.
just 2, not 3.
But it is cold.
It's not cold.
It is 61 degrees.
Outside.
It's probably colder in here than outside. It has been most of the day. All right. Anyway.
I'm gonna turn on the sound of silence.
I know we need some sound of silence back there.
When you go in effect.
Amanda says it's also 61 degrees here. Suzanne says come to New Orleans. It's in the 90s.
Nah.
I'll take 61. I'll take an extra layer in a slightly warm face to not be in the 90s.
That's too hot.
Cindy says, "Come to Miami if you're cold. I'll take your place." It's okay. I'll deal with this. I'll make it work here.
You gonna suffer long?
I'm gonna suffer
Just for me?
for this. Yes, suffer for my craft here. All right, let me flip this camera around slowly because we've got the extra slow stand here tonight where we have to wind it.
It's like a train.
And then I think I actually have to wind it down further, which means releasing the legs.
Be careful.
I know. We gotta release the legs and move it down one leg at a time. See, there's the fan. Look, everybody, there's the fan. Why did it just connect to the car? Maybe you can't hear me anymore. Sorry if you couldn't hear me. For some reason, my phone connected to the car, and the car is not on. So I don't
They
know.
connect to our. There's a car in front of us that just turned on.
That's weird because it went my phone went into driving mode. Okay.
I bet they were like, "What?" And
Like, what is this noise? Yeah, somehow my phone went into driving mode. Marianne could
his
still hear.
phone, well, let me tell you all, it connects to anything it can. Not for
Except
me.
when I want it to. When I want my phone to connect, I could not connect. When I rode home last night, my phone would not connect to the car anymore.
Yeah, because it's like, wow, you talking
You
smack
talking
on me?
smack,
I'm
you
gonna
know.
knock on that thing.
I know.
You gonna do it? Look, they're getting so furious. They're getting so furious.
They're like, what is happening? Why? No, I turned off it shouldn't be connected to anything. I turned it on Do Not Disturb. Oh, those are our neighbor friends. The girls.
What happened?
The girls are at the door. Go say hi. Hold on.
Go, William. I'll talk to these people.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
What happened?
What time do you close?
6?
We are closed now.
Yeah, we close at 6.
We're closing at what time do you leave?
When we leave.
After we do this video, we're on the live right now. We're talking to people.
Hi! After your live, what time?
No, we will be back here at 11 tomorrow.
11 tomorrow.
11 to 6 tomorrow.
Then I'm going to the cafe all day until 11. Because we're going to Walmart to get my mom a new blender.
Nice.
It
Nice.
broke because of the spoon.
Oh, no.
I know. I don't know how to spoon that in.
They said hello, neighbors.
They're saying hello to you all.
Hi! And also, not forget, give me a hug for $5. Exactly.
She's still trying to get bucks for money.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's illegal.
What just happened? Your necklace broke?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Nothing. I can't get it on.
Oh.
It won't attach.
Well, bring it
back a little bit.
All right. See you. Good night.
Cheryl said they're too sweet.
They're funny. I like
Yeah,
them.
they're cute. I'm like trying to show some stuff now.
Okay, let's get to the show. All right. Okay. You have new friends, says Suzanne. Yes, we do. All right. What are we doing? Let's start with the ones that we have SKU numbers for. Not SKU numbers, the ones we don't have SKU numbers for. Oh, let me make a banner too. Where's my other banner? Let's edit this banner. That's the easiest thing. Because we're going to give you an extra discount tonight, everybody. And we're feeling good tonight. So you're going to get 20% off lots today, but for 24 hours only. All right.
That's because we really want to make room.
We want to make room. We want to give you good deals. These are onesie twosies. We want to get rid of them.
Oh my gosh, it looks so terrible when it's like,
Andrew,
I don't like it.
he hates it. Like with a elongated hates it.
When it looks terrible in the store.
When there's a one bead
Oh
in a
my
bowl.
gosh. Yeah, when I went in the store before we moved, we had a whole table, and it looked like it's basically empty, except for bowls. And I was like, we couldn't sell this one bead
One bead, this one
for
bead, this one
25
bead.
cents.
The way I look at it is we sold all the other 50 beads that were in there.
I said, let's
right?
just sell it. Go
So-
on ahead, let's get motivated.
So let's get motivated. I think I'm starting to break out. Okay.
What'd you get into?
I don't know. It's itchy though.
The hero,
It's itchy. It shouldn't. It didn't last time.
the coffee. You've been having more coffee.
I did have
than
2
normal.
things of coffee today. 2 things of decaf. Okay. So
All that banana.
all that banana flavor.
Baked banana.
LB1. So this is loose. What do I call these? Loose beads. Hopefully we didn't do that recently. Loose bead 1. Probably did. Anyway, LB1. They're not all beads, by the way. It's just the code I used. It's this. This is this one. So if you,
It's really pretty.
it's really pretty. So if you want this, let me put the banner up. Because right now we have lot numbers. So to purchase from this video, take down each lot number and send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. The price reflected on here does not have the extra 20% off yet. All right, so you're going to take 20% off of this price if you claim these tonight. All right, let me pull up my email. I don't know if I can have email going at the same time or not.
Did your phone go yellow?
My phone went yellow. Yes. There we go. Can you also check the battery on that phone? On the store phone to see if it's running
Yeah.
dead.
Swap it.
Because I'm using my computer on that.
No, it's a lot.
Okay, good.
I don't know how much that is, but it looks more than that.
Yeah, that's not bad. 79%. Good. Okay. My computer may die before that.
Do you have your charger?
Yes, it's in there. I packed it today. All right. So LB1 is this heart glass pendant lamp work. I don't think there are any holes other than the big middle hole. So you would have to wire wrap something around this
Or silk.
or silk. Super easy silk.
Which one is it, William? Your bag?
It's in my bag. It's the big one and the white one.
Pretty.
Marion says LB code not used recently. Thank you. So it's this one.
It's got like a little opalescence to it.
This one.
Can you see all that purpley goodness?
Yeah.
It's kind of purple.
I love this pendant. I think the reason it's here is I actually kept it for me.
You think this was in a trunk show?
Yeah, and I think I kept it for me because I wanted it, and then I didn't.
Not that one.
I know I'm trying to fit this in.
Do this one. Yeah. Y'all, how many people does it take to plug it?
You know, it's a power strip. It's like, how can you rearrange the plug so everything fits?
Because the plugs, I don't know who designs the plugs.
Can't we just make all the plugs go off to the side
I don't know.
so that they can always fit?
Here, you don't have a penny on.
Oh, get a penny.
You gotta have the magic penny.
The magic penny.
Nobody's gonna want this if you don't have a penny.
So this is $28. And so that would be 8, 16, what, $5.60 off?
Wow. There, now it can be sold.
So less than $23 now it can be sold. Less than $23 for this Lampwork glass heart pendant. That's worth it. That is worth it.
Charlie said, ask them if they want
The young
to
girls.
buy some beads. They bought some the other day. We
Yeah.
did some projects.
The one, she said she can't figure out how to get her necklace on and off, so she's gonna come in. We might have to change out the toggle. I had a-
Yeah, I showed her how to do it.
I know, she's having a problem still. Of course, maybe the lobster broke or something, who knows?
Mm. I have a feeling I know what happened.
She overworked that spring.
No, she probably accidentally pulled it
Yeah,
and it broke
yeah.
the chain.
All right, LB2. This is $25 for the strand.
And those are hand carved carnelian.
Hand carved, real carnelian.
And they're old beads.
Old carnelian.
I dug through this crusty, musty warehouse in Virginia Beach to get these for y'all.
Old beads. $25 was the price on the strand. And you get, so you're getting $5 off. You're getting this for 20 bucks. 20 bucks. So what's that? $4 a bead for hand carved old carnelian. Make that into a pendant. That'd be a cool pendant.
If these don't sell, I would maybe keep it.
I know, right? I'm gonna take some wire, take some chain. I'm gonna make a bunch of pendants out of this stuff.
You
And
keep threatening it.
I know one of these days I'll have time to do it.
Maybe.
Maybe. So there it is.
Did y'all watch Bridgerton?
We've been watching Bridgerton.
It's on the break now.
Yeah, we finished the first part. It was wild. So many emotions.
So I can't watch more Bridgerton, so I have to watch TikTok of the actors.
Yes, he has been.
And they're like, oh my gosh, it's even more crazy in the second part.
Oh my word.
I was like, oh, what?
LB3. LB3 is this beautiful pendant. Look at that. There's some druzy effect in here. It's flat on the back.
Oh, Charlie said that's for the car.
Oh,
When we hijacked our
Oh.
phone. Or
I see.
the Outlander in front of us.
Cindy says, oh yeah, I loved it.
I like the costumes.
I like Bridgerton. I always forget what goes on between season to season, but
And I would like that Queen Charlotte. Remember that?
a lot of people, they were saying about how everyone loved Queen Charlotte even more than Bridgerton. LB3, this was $10. It'll be $8 after the discount.
They showed the one. Who's that? The other. There's Queen Charlotte, and then there's the other lady. What's her name? Lady Danbury.
Maybe, is that Danbury? Yeah.
And so they showed the young ones when they were. They showed the young Lady Danbury making tea for the English people, and she apparently was like American or something. And so she's making tea for them, and their faces are horrified. And she's like, I just put it in the microwave. I didn't even mess with it. And then I squeeze it out, and the one lady's like, whoa, what you doing, girl? And then she like sloshed it. She's like, my tea is kind of like me, a little bit messy. And,
Karen says, I love Bridgerton, all the jewelry on it.
yeah, I like that show.
LB4, this is a strand that came apart of check glass owls with the AB finish. Clear owls with the AB finish.
I love those.
And because the strand came apart and I never restrung it, it just sat here in a bag. So if you like that, it was $8 for the strand. They're all here. There might actually be one or two extra in here. But LB4,
The little orphans.
yeah, it's $8 and you actually get 20% off that. So LB4. And LB4 is sold. Thank you so much.
The little orphan owl
Little orphan owls.
now flies to its new home.
Marianne said he's watching hockey, but he's also singing at the same time.
Wow.
What is going on?
Multi-passionate.
I know. LB4 is sold. Thank you. LB5. I don't know how much this normally was. Silver silk. We have it at $6. It comes with the bunch
Holy
of
smokes.
what?
It's usually like 18.
Well, here you go. $6. Andrew wasn't here to price things with me, and I didn't have time to check the prices. So you get the ends and you get the silver silk. You get this little bunch, $6. Then you get 20% off that.
Holy smokes.
That is sold. Thank you so much.
If somebody didn't jump at that, I'd been like, I'll buy it.
I'll buy it.
Less than wholesale.
See what happens when Andrew's not around?
They're like, go away, Andrew. Okay. I'll go to that fancy cocktail bar.
Cheryl says,
called
holy
Alchemy.
smokes, indeed.
I'll go to that fancy cocktail bar that's only open 2 hours a week.
What is that?
It's called Alchemy,
Alchemy? Where's that at?
Cambria City.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Well, let me tell you, it exists.
So this is a strand of agate ovals, LB6, priced at 14. Really, this is like an 18 or more dollar strand, but I just did 14 because it lost its tag and I didn't feel like looking for it. And I wanted to give you a good deal. So $14 and you get 20% off that. And I don't have my calipers here, so I don't know how big these are.
Do you want them?
Do we have a ruler? There's a ruler up there, right in that pen thing. If y'all want to see that. There we go. So these are approximately 32 by 22 millimeters. 32 by 22, whole strand, LB6, $14 for the strand. Help us get rid of them. What is this? Oh, Alchemy. When does that open?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You don't drink.
I know. When do you think you're going?
I don't know. Maybe right now.
LB6, $14 less 20%. Remember, everybody, help us get rid of these. So
Yeah,
far,
please get rid
so
of
far, 4 and 5 have sold. 1, 2, 3, and 6 are still available. I bet this one's gonna go.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 to 7.
Oh, closed.
Saturday, 9 to 3.
9 a.m.,
Correct.
not 9 p.m.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
They got that brunch crowd.
On Saturdays?
Saturday brunch.
Do people go to brunch on Saturday?
I don't know.
You know, I
My
haven't
friends
been
used to.
brunch, in years.
Let's see here. So LB7, I think these used to be more expensive than that. $8 for the strand.
Well, those ones are nice.
Yeah.
They have that gold luster.
That gold luster,
I call them drip drops.
drip drops. And This is LB7. You're getting 20% off that $8 price. There's
Would
only
you like
this one
the fruit of
strand.
the fairy?
The fruit of the fairy.
The drip drop of the fairy? That sounds wrong.
LB7, $8 less 20%. You
You'd be
save
like, what's in that
20%.
latte?
Marianne says 9 a.m. isn't brunch time. No, that's mimosa time. That's breakfast. And then 3 p.m., somewhere in between there, you get your brunch. Yeah.
Maybe it's nighttime, but I have never heard of that being open at that hour.
LB7 has sold. Thank you so much.
Oh, somebody did want to enjoy the fruit of the fairy.
Yeah. LB8 is this. It was $2.75 each.
Please buy it.
It is a piece of beautiful jasper.
Please buy it.
Please, it is an individual, one single piece. Andrew's like, please. I think this has been here since Andrew ran the store. 3 millimeters by 30 millimeters by
It's got a
16
good
millimeters
big hole too.
on one side.
And then small.
Small on the other, halfway through.
That's why nobody wants it.
Yeah. LB8 is only $2.75 and you get 20% off that. So
It's basically free, y'all. Basically free. Just
Basically
somebody
free.
get it.
he's like, somebody, please take it away. All
For
right.
just less than $2.75 a day, you can help this orphan bee find a
Orphan
home.
bee find a home.
Oh, I love these.
I know. I priced these good too.
Let's see it.
There are 3 strands of these available. I should put that on here. There are 3 strands of these available. LB9 are these dyed shell pendants. Only $8 for the whole strand.
They remind me of feathers of the
Eight.
Phoenix.
Feathers of the Phoenix. I found these in
For
a
less
bag.
than $8,
I
you can
can-
own.
Okay, we've sold one of them. One of them has sold. Anybody want another one? Anybody want to take one of the other 2? There are
Don't forget, we
2
make
left.
0 sales in store today.
Andrew's going to try and guilt you all while you're here.
Oh, that's not even surface guilt.
He's like, I can do the real guilt.
You may start channeling my mom. We could go religious. We could go generational trauma. We can go poverty. We could go all
This is
3.
pick your guilt. Which guilt do you want tonight? So let me show you one of the other strands just to show you. In case you're like, they don't really have 3. Oh, but we
Facial
do.
mama guilt is a special thing.
There's another one. LB9. They're only $8 a strand. That's $1.60 off of that with the discount.
Charlie likes my commentary.
Commentary is hilarious. Nice. So LB9, if you only buy one of these, everybody, that leaves us with 2, which makes it even worse.
Then they're sad.
Then there's not 3. Now there's only 2,
They're
which
like
is-
my friend.
which is even more against the point of what we're doing tonight.
We split up the family.
Because we're trying to get rid of 1s and 2s. I pulled a 3 to make it down to 2. Anyway. What number was that? 9. So LB10 is this. I survived
You know what that's from?
our lock-in.
We did. I don't know if y'all know this, but we used to have events in the store,
We used to.
and so we did this thing where we locked. I guess it's like a thing that people do at churches,
We did in high school. It was a high school lock-in.
and we must have watched some show where they did that. Some child show where they locked the children in.
The teens,
And then, of course, they got up to no good.
right?
And then we were like, you know what would be a good idea as if we did that.
Let's have an all-nighter lock-in.
And so we did that. And so if you stayed all night, you got that.
Yeah. And now you can have it for the low, low price of
Less than 6.
less than $6. Cheryl says, I survived Friday AG Live, right? Karen says, the big freezer would be perfect. We're gonna lock you in the big freezer.
That's claustrophobic. I don't even want to be locked in there.
LB10 has sold.
But
Thank you
know
so
what?
much.
If you really would get locked in,
Right?
because that's a heavy door,
Yeah, that door, you're not coming out.
and nobody's gonna hear it either. I get nervous sometimes. I put something in the front of the door just in case.
Marianne said selling onesie Tuesdays was the idea, not making more. I know. That's why you're all supposed to buy more of those.
I thought people would like them, but I guess they're not really.
I guess not. Anne said, if I get the I Survive pendant, I'm going to make myself a retirement necklace and save it until I retire to wear it on my last day, except I'll probably lose it.
And when you retire, I'll make you a big one, like dinner plate size.
Dinner plates that I survived. All right.
You can paint it and everything.
We are now at the point where I'm giving you SKU numbers. If you'd like to request these, no more LB lot numbers. So that's ticker tape running at the bottom. Just pretend it says SKU number, okay? This is SKU 2994. SKU 2994, and it's this one. It's this head bead.
I love that head, dude.
We only have one of these left in this big size. And it has a gigantic hole on it. This hole is approximately 6 to 7 millimeters wide.
I want to live in whatever land that lives in.
And this is $15. You still get the 20% off. So you're going to get $3 off that. So what's that, Brent? 12? $12 for that?
You know what kind of reminds me of? Like Diane Hockey style.
Yeah, it does.
Or Hundertwasser. You know Hundertwasser?
I don't. I know the name, but I don't.
That's the artist.
Can't place it. So
me and Diane Hockey were talking about how we love the Hundertwasser.
So there you go. 2994 is the SKU. Send that in an email instead of an LB number. 2994, and the first come, first serve. One of these left. Only $12.
Less than 12.
No, it's 12.
Oh, is it? You did the math?
Did the math. It's exactly $3 at 20%. Andrew's like, make it less than 12. 21% off just for Andrew. No, 20 is what you get. 2994. That's a really good deal. We don't actually have as big of a markup from where these came from, so.
Let me reclaim that bowl, y'all.
I know, we love these little bowls. I need more of these. We're out of the small ones. So
Wouldn't that look good if it was full of something else?
2994.
Is that too hard, y'all? I'll write a little piece of paper if you want.
Is 2994 too hard? Do you want LB numbers? You want Andrew to write these out? What's going on? Let me know. Okay, next up. Ann says, I gave my dad one of those head beads from your store. He just sits it out like a sculpture. It's true. They are sculpture.
Make a little body for him.
Make a little body for him. Make a little polymer clay body.
Or wire.
Wire body.
Wouldn't that be cute?
Ann said SKUs are fine.
You know Alexander Calder?
I know that name.
The artist. He's mostly famous for mobiles. One time he got this gallery show and he showed up and they're like, where's the art? Because he said he's going to bring it. And they're like, they know art. What you doing? And he had a suitcase and it's full of wire. Oh, I should preface this by saying that it was the time of the wartime. So getting metal was hard. So a lot of his stuff at that time was made out of wire. But anyway, so he made these dancing articulated Josephine Baker sculptures out of wire. And I just think that'd be so cute
He
to
did
have
it
that.
on the spot.
Yeah, he did. He just sat there and cranked that business out and made the whole show in that suitcase of wire.
Isn't that crazy?
But I could be making this up, so.
2994 has sold. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How about this one? 3031. These are Nepal silver beads. This is the large size, $20 each. Only
It's
one
not real
available.
silver.
It's not real silver. These are $4 off with the discount, so you're paying $16 for that only. $16. That's one of the best sales we've had on these ones.
Then never. I hid that.
Marion says, SKUs are fine, but I have no way to pay until next week. That's okay. Just pay your invoice next week. If we know, it's not a problem.
Sure.
Just let us know in advance, so we're not like, you're still going to get reminders, just so y'all know. Even if you make a deal with us, you know, like that, the reminders are automatic from the system. We can't stop them, but
we can't turn it off in person.
But you can still feel free to, as long as we know, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We're all good.
I can wait a week.
Right? 3031. We're trying to get rid of beads.
Oh goodness! Please
Single
let us
beads.
reclaim that.
Right? 3031 has sold. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I thought that was this good morning something. I was like, whose subject line is good morning?
Good morning, right? All right. Next up, 1244. No, 12400. That's when we were doing 5 SKUs. These are old. 12400. These are Keisha glass. They're $4 each. These are lampwork glass beads.
Please, somebody get these.
There are 2 of them available. I don't even know if she does lampwork anymore.
She does life coaching now.
Yeah. So we've had these for a while. She's been there, done that already. We can't get more, so it's not like we can add to this.
So we ran into her in Boalsburg. So I knew her from the bead world. And we were at this art festival, and the field was so muddy. It was, I felt like I was at Woodstock.
You may have gotten vases from her too. She used to do vases for us.
Yeah, we don't have any more of those, I don't think.
Those I loved.
Yeah, me
so
too.
Much.
She made me a little poison bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's green for poison. Anyway, so we ran into her at this festival, and she was like, "I know you," and I was like, "Okay." And I didn't recognize her because sometimes if you're out of contacts, like if I'm in contacts, I know you. I can tell you about your kids, but your kids wore to their graduation in 1996. But if it's out of context, I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Don't know. Yeah, exactly.
And then we start talking, and I was like, oh, Bead Fest, when it like rained in front of my booth. And then she's like, yup.
Yeah.
And then, so we start talking, and then while I was talking, I started picking out beads. These are like probably the last of those beads.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a disc bead. Is there that disc bead?
We have some of her other beads, but we have more of them than 2. I think, unless there's some more coming up here in a bowl. I have lots of bowls here. Susan says, Calder did a huge sculpture called The Way at a sculpture garden here. And Anne says, you did not make up Calder's Josephine Baker sculptures. I just looked them up. Amazing.
See, I don't make everything up.
So these are 12400. They're $4 each before your 20% off. 2 of them available. Look how pitiful. When people come in the store and they see this, what do you think?
They're going to like, oh, that's no good.
They're going to be like, what? Nobody wants those. They don't say, oh, look, there's only 2 left. I better get them. They say, oh, somebody must not have wanted those.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
Also, you can't really appreciate the true beauty because they look like they get into the bottom. And then that shadow gets cast on them, and then you're like, what's that little
And that's
thing?
one of the smallest bowls we have, so it's not like we can do much else with
Oh
them.
my gosh, those would make such pretty earrings.
Right.
How many off they get?
They're
20%?
$4 each. They get 80 cents off, so they're what, $3.20 a piece, $6.40 for both.
To celebrate that beautiful artist and her loving spirit.
Yes, I know. Marion says things do sell better from full bins and shelves. Yeah.
You know what really sells is if I'm unpacking it.
Oh yeah, before you even get it on the floor,
It's
they
like
want it.
It's like a thing. If I want people to come to the store, I'll put something in my mouth, and like a food. I found food, y'all. And
Not the beads.
don't eat the beads.
And those are sold. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You gave them new life.
New life.
And they're pretty.
Anne says, I'd think, oh, look, these bees were waiting for me, meant to be. Says, but true, not the look of abundance you want in a shop.
Nah, look picked over.
Picked over.
But you know what? Sometimes you don't get, like for us, we never get like a ton.
No.
So we get a few.
Charlie says she's hearing, eat the beads.
No, stop. Don't eat the beads.
Don't eat the beads,
Is
Charlie.
that what happened in turquoise? You decided to take a nibble?
This is sardonyx. One of these tubes available.
You know how long I've had those?
1, 2, 4. That's Andrew's handwriting from when he ran the shop.
You know how long?
That was from 2011 to 2015.
Sheila gave this to me.
Yeah, 2011 to 2015.
So for a hot minute, okay, story time, y'all. So there was a time when my sister Sheila used to be in the bead world. You may or may not know this, but my sister Sheila, the one that lives in China, who lives in Ohio now, she used to be in the bead world. And
40
she had
by
a
10.
company called Beads of Power. And
I don't even think I knew that.
And she used to hand carve these stone beads. So she would buy these big stone beads and then carve designs into them. And then we moved into this apartment in New York City, and she tried to carve the beads, but there wasn't any good ventilation. And so she came out of the one room and she sneezed, and there was all this blood. I was like, you need to stop that.
This one is sold, by the way. Thank you.
And so she moved to Myanmar to become a monk. And I was like, why are you going to a military state to become a monk? And she's like, well, it's supposed to be the most like rigorous thing you can do. And so she also had parasites at the time. And so on Halloween, we went to the ER because she was having problems. And you can imagine going to the ER on Halloween in New York City. And it was like a zoo of like all kinds of characters. It was like from a nightmare. Anyway, so she went there, and then so they gave her basically pesticides to get rid of the parasites. And then so the monks kept beating her with a stick because she kept falling asleep. And so she's not a monk anymore.
So that bead came from her.
Mm-hmm. And she gave it to us when we opened the store. And I still have the little tiny baby food jars, which is another story about how people were. I was away for the weekend, and they were seeing how many people could eat the baby food, so they could get the baby food jars. And I was like, why don't you just bake a cake?
Sold, everybody. Thank you.
Because they were eating the baby food until they were about to throw up. And because they wanted the jars, but they didn't want to waste the baby food.
Hey, Sandra, thanks for joining us. We're talking about baby food tonight.
Wow. So back in the day, they didn't have cute storage for beads, so you had to come up with your own.
Mm-hmm.
And so baby food jars was the way.
That was the way.
And if you didn't have a baby, then somebody had to eat it, or you wasted the money on the baby food. So anyways, they were gagging down baby food, and then they picked weird flavors like turkey green bean, which doesn't taste good, y'all.
Buy the applesauce, everybody.
You know, it's like, did they run out of banana? That's like just mashed up banana.
And applesauce.
And
I eat applesauce
pineapple.
all day long
Or it's like, why don't you bake a cake?
because they got the green bean. Make a casserole or
Yeah,
something.
you're right. But you know what? I've never had something that was slimy and wet that was also dry. I don't know what that turkey did, but it just sucked the moisture right out your tongue.
Amanda says, or the apricots.
I know.
Sandra said, this is hilarious conversation.
You know, the apricot is delicious. I was like, I'm not a baby, but I'm almost tempted to go to the Dollar General right now and just
So
get a case.
since everyone loves it, Andrew's going to keep talking, but this one has sold too. So I'm showing you, if you're just joining us, this is the SKU tonight, and this is the price. We're doing onesie twosies. You're getting 20% off these prices. Thank you so much. That one is sold.
Thanks. So you want to hear some more?
Yeah, apparently it's working. People are liking it, enjoying it, and we're selling stuff.
Oh, good.
Marianne says, don't spring a pregnancy on us like one of my history people I follow. Granted, she is a female.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Though I did scare William by saying that I may be having kittens. And he was like, we can't do it. We can't
We're
do
not
it.
having more
nervous.
kittens.
I was like, what if? I started showing him pictures of the kittens. He's like, that's cute, but
Nah. After we got over this Tallulah scare, no kittens. Anne says, I used to buy teething biscuits. They are delicious.
I know. You know, there's also these really weird biscuits that I found them in two places. This really bougie shop in Ligonier. They don't sell them anymore. But these corn biscuits, and they've got like basically cornmeal, but they're sweet. And I used to eat them like crazy. That actually, when they closed their store, they dropped off a case of them because they knew, they're like, well, since we're not wearing them anymore, here you go. And then I found them at TJ Maxx once, and then never again.
Never again.
I'm sure I could Google it, but I don't remember the name of it. But there were these sweet corn biscuits.
Like pressed corn, like
cornmeal.
Pressed cornmeal.
But they were sweet, and they're kind of gritty too.
And this one is sold. Thank you so much.
So what other cookie stories you want? What is that?
I don't know. They're not even in there.
What does it say in there? It says...
Oh, I think I combined them because they were the same SKU.
Oh.
That's why. I could add those together. Okay. This is a 3Z, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Who is that?
But look how pitiful they look in there.
What's their name?
Whose name?
What is that? Oh, the eyes.
These are the Artisan Seeing Eye Glass Beads.
I love those beads so
5319.
hard.
5319, $4 each.
You know what? Somebody said, oh, you have eyes everywhere. You have eyes. Don't you feel like somebody's watching you? And I was like, no, I feel safe. This deflects the bad.
That's right. The Nazar.
You know what? So have you all seen that movie Elizabeth? It's not new anymore. Kate Blanchett, when she was a young woman, made that movie, and she played Elizabeth the First, and she was in the bed, and she got thunderstruck, woke up because I think she had a vision of being queen or some nonsense like that, or somebody tried to kill her or something.
Okay, we've sold how many of these? Oh, we've sold all 3. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm gonna finish my story. So then, so she was in this bed, and then the bed, she woke up, and then they had this curtains on the, you know, because it gets cold and drafty, you know, in the old times. So they had the sheets that cover the bed. What they call that? Bed dressing? I don't know. But anyways, the fabric had eyes all over it, and I saw that, and I became obsessed. And when I was a kid, I used to draw an eye on the palm of my hand and chase people around. So that gives you why I put an eye on
Marianne
my
said Elizabeth I had a dress covered in eyes.
I know, and I love it. That painting, I love that painting.
Susie says, I'm fascinated with Sheila wanting to become a monk.
Well, she did. She went and she got, okay, there's more to the story, but I'm not going to tell it because that's private business. But
sold. Thank you.
Let me just tell you, that trip did not work out for multiple reasons. And
this is an S word crystal.
Just one?
Just the one left.
Just the one.
Just the one. 80 cents. 12427.
Is it 80 cents or 20% off?
It's
80
20% off 80 cents.
Oh, they're not gonna get it. Please, somebody get that.
I know. What are you gonna do with one? Make a little pendant on
Make
a chain.
dingle dangle.
Make a little pendant on a chain.
Oh
Do
my
something
gosh.
with that.
You can. It's still expert.
It
It's
is
not
so
like
excellent,
it's a homely.
right?
It's
It's a
still
pretty
sparkly.
color too.
That's
Suzanne says one of my friends has an eye tattooed on her palm.
I would do that too, but then you might get creeped out when I'm doing the tutorial. What color is that?
I don't know. You know the colors better than me.
Cyan? No. It's Padparadshaw.
Is there or is it hyacinth?
I think it's Padparadshaw.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. 12427, 80 cents. So far, still available. Nobody has bought it. And it's gone now. Thank you so much. Somebody wanted it. Somebody's going to put it to use.
Yep.
Yup.
I love that little meme of that little girl and she
Yup.
says that. See?
What's
That's got
hyacinth
vacuum.
look like?
It's more orange.
Not that I need to know. They don't make them for us anymore, but
I can still get it.
he's like, I can do it.
Show it. Go ahead, show it. Oh, not that. You already sold that. Oh, maybe.
Pat Pressure hyacinth is slightly more orange, said Marianne.
Which one's which? Which one's more orange?
Hyacinth, she said.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
But then this one looked, but that's the rhinestone, which is different because they have a silver foil.
Yeah, I think you're right.
See, that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely more orange. Okay, everybody. We have two different ones of these. So you have to tell me there's a crab.
Was it the one Heather made?
Yep.
I like Heather.
12613 humble beads. There's a crab and there's a pineapple. So if you want 12613, they're both $8 each before the 20% off. But you get to pick, or you can get both. 12613. But when you send 12613, let me know if you want the crab or the pineapple.
Probably you can say crab or pineapple.
So the crab is sold.
You know that
So if you want the pineapple, it's still available.
she is good people.
Yes, she is. And her mom is too.
Her mom and her aunt are also.
I don't know if I met her aunt.
You did,
Did I?
Roseanne.
Oh,
That's not her mom.
that's right. Have I met her mom?
I beat him button.
Okay. But Roseanne came to Ligonier with her, right?
She drove.
Yeah. Okay, and the pineapple is sold as well. Thank you so much.
I like her. I would, if she needs something, I'd do something for her.
Good people. Okay, this poor little thing.
Little
With ruby quartz. It has a little bit of a, you know,
Jerusi.
It got a little bit, maybe a druzy. It's got a little bit of a,
A chunk.
little problem.
How much is that?
It is $2.
That's my handwriting.
Yeah, this is from Andrew Time.
The look how look how
We printed these labels on paper and taped everything down.
we couldn't afford stickers.
Actually, what it was, this was before we even used SKUs. So back in Andrew's day, he hand wrote all the receipts. We didn't have enough beads that we needed to worry so much about SKUs. And then when I came in, I made a SKU for this, and this is an actual label, I can tell. It's a label cut in half because we used to put two numbers on it and cut them in half. And it's so old that it stopped adhering. Both of these labels stopped adhering, and we taped them on.
If nobody buys it, I'm gonna pitch it in the yard.
We'll just give it to one of the people. We'll put it in the treasure box.
Maybe if
One of the girls.
I might
They might
start
like that.
orphaning them for real.
I know, right?
I'm ending you.
12499. It's $2 before the 20% off. So it's what, $1.60 after the discount?
Let me see that. Is that even worth selling?
He's like, no, you can't have it.
I don't know.
Okay, fine. Oh,
Give the, who is this?
some 12499. It was 12499, but I got an email for 12496. But I don't know if we had a 12496. I think that was just a mistake email. If somebody really wants it, let us know. Like I said,
Alright, give that to somebody.
it has the boo boo, but I think it's just the natural stone is like that. But okay, so I think if you just sent me an email, check and see if you really, because I don't think I had 12496. It was 12499. So check that out. We have one of these. This is the Ohm. This is $12.
You know who made that?
Who made that?
Marie.
Marie.
Sky Jewels.
Hmm.
You know her?
I don't know if I know her. I feel like I should know her.
Friend on Facebook.
Yeah. So this is a wooden pendant with a bell. And it has the Ohm, and it says Namaste down below. 12383. It's an artisan-made creation. Oh yes, I know her.
She don't make these anymore.
No, this is an older one. 12383. It's $12 before the 20%.
She just made the thing, and then I added the bell.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
That's a long time ago.
I know.
You know where we got that bowl?
This bowl?
Mhm.
That's Dwayne, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's from pre-Civil War.
This bowl here.
The bowl's not for sale.
No.
He was like so delighted when he. So we used to. So when we first opened the store, there were more antique stores in town,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this guy named Dwayne Hall, and he used to come by and he'd look in the window real hard, and probably is like, what the heck they got for sale? Because there's hardly anything.
I know. Our store was so small.
Well, it was small, and then we had this idea that we're gonna hide stuff, and people had to
Mhm.
do a treasure hunt and dig through it.
It's true.
And so he'd go, and he'd come in one day, and he's like, "Do you like need stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah."
He
And
was
I
good
like,
people.
I was like, "But we broke," and so and then he was like, "All right, I'll look for you." And so he always looked for me for little furniture and for glass dishes. And so when he got these bowls for me, he gave them to me for real cheap, but they had this lip on the edge and it's still a little bit sharp.
Yeah, these bowls are a little bit sharp.
Because this is before like machines or whatever. I don't know how they made this business, but it was real sharp. So I had to go. I was out on the patio because we used to have a patio. And so I had the sandpaper and the water and sand in the edges of this bowl so nobody got cut. But he unfortunately passed away. And he used to have this little red chair that he sat out in front of his shop. And he gonna sit out there and he had begonias. And when Becky Smith took over his shop space, she kept his red chair.
Yeah, she did.
And I busted out bawling and crying my eyes out because I saw this picture. Somebody took a picture of his chair in front of the store.
Yeah.
And he was one of our first friends in town.
Yep, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
12383. Namaste Om. Still available. What's next? What do we got here?
What is that?
Green opal.
Here, go buy that, please.
This is a specimen 2597. If you can barely read that. 2597, $1.25 before the 20% off. It's a chunk of green opal. There's not much opaly in that at all.
No, it is. That's like a It's like Hawaii.
It's like the Awahi Blue.
It's not
It's not-
like opal.
Opal. And so 2597, I don't actually see green opal specimens like this very often.
No, it's probably like super rare.
It's probably worth more than $1.25 at 20% off. But
I got that in Franklin.
it's the last one we've got, and it's actually pretty big. I'm really kind of surprised we still have it. But 2597 green opal, this was the medium size that we had. $1.25 before 20% off. It kind of goes with our walls.
I'm sure it gives you good luck if you buy it.
And that one has sold. Thank you so much.
Someone can get the good luck.
Somebody's getting the good luck. All right. What do we got next? What do we got next? All right. We have a few of these. But let me show you. We have 3 of them. And these are white chalcedony pendants. They are $20 each.
They were.
They were. They're 20% off now, so they're $16 each. And these are the 3 white chalcedony pendants, 5074. They're nice, big pendants. Like, these are thick pendants. These are solid stone. They're really pretty. I tend to favoritize this one with a little bit of black, or this one that has this kind of drop shape.
So how you gonna do it? Name them?
Yeah, if you want like with the black or drop shape or all white, this one's mostly all white. We'll call that one all white. It has a little bit of black there, but
One beauty mark.
yeah, so 5074 with the black, 5074 drop shape, we'll call that, and 5074 all white, even though it's not all white. If you want any of those, like I said, they're very nice pendants. I don't actually know why. I think people just don't know what white chalcedony, and they don't, it's not a big thing. It's not a, famous stone, but they're really pretty pendants, and they're really well done. So the one with black has sold. So this one is sold. So we have the drop one left here, and we have the all white, which is all white with a freckle or 2.
Beauty spot.
Beauty spot. There's a beauty spot there and a beauty spot there. This one is mostly all white too, but it has a few beauty spots as well.
I got that when I went to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I went to this, so I didn't really know anybody. I mean, I guess I knew people, but so I randomly met this person who is like got a PhD in like some kind of crazy bioengineering something or another, and she took me to this VFA. I don't even know how we met, but like a friend of a friend of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to this VFW.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. Thank you. And you had to sign in because apparently it's like a members thing. And when you sign in, they give you a ticket. So I won a meat raffle. And when you win a meat raffle, it's like pretty like, it's like a big prize. And I didn't really know, and it's before I was vegetarian, but I had a tiny little refrigerator in my hotel room. So I was like, I can't do anything with this. So I said, just give it to somebody else. In hindsight, I should have took that out to the parking lot and sold it. Because it was like an entire cow or something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know you could win meat raffles.
Right.
But I won it, and I was like, I don't know what's happening with my life right now. And this is also the first time I had the hot dish,
The hot dish,
which is basically a tater tot casserole.
which I love. This is 5068. And these are polka dot chalcedony pendants. There are 2 of them. We'll call this the pointy one. We'll call this the rounded one. This one has more of a splotchy look, which I kind of like that little brown down there. This one has the definite polka dots to it. They're $22 each before the discount. So you're saving $4.40 off of that price. These are really nice big pendants. These are significant, nice size. So if you like that, 5068, pointy, rounded. All right. Marianne says meat raffles are common in ranching country.
Well, the next night I went out and I went by myself. Well, maybe I went by myself the first time. I can't remember the order of operation. And this is maybe why the person I met, maybe I met them at the beach show, and they felt sorry for me because I said I went by myself. And so I went and wandering the streets, and they were getting wild and throwing beer bottles off the top of these like skyscrapers. Not skyscrapers, like maybe 10 stories up. But there were all these like bottles exploding. And then I went to this one place where they were like roller skating. And I think it's called Big Gay Club, and it wasn't a gay club. It was like, I guess they called it that, and it's like a happy place.
So these, I think,
It's like changing.
well,
subject.
no, these I think have not sold just because they're weird.
I love them.
I love them too, but I think when people see them, like, ooh, it's a clam. These are
It's
clam
fossilized.
pendants. Fossilized clam. They are 5071. There are 4 of them. We will pick one for you unless you have a specific one you really want to describe. But these are fossilized clams. Where else do you see this stuff? Like, really? These are really cool. They're only $16 each before your 20% off. 5071. And they're just, I think, in store, they're a harder sell.
I think I got those.
I don't know if I've ever sold one of these because people just don't get it. But I think some of you might get it, especially at 20% off. What'd you say?
I think I got those in Michigan when I went to see Alba.
Maybe. Fossilized clam. And they are, there's a little bit of, I think that adds character. I think that's cool.
There's a little opalization to the shell too. Some of them.
Some of them, yeah. So 5071, if you're interested in those, they're $16 each before the 20% off. You'll get 20% off that price automatically. You don't need a coupon code. You don't need anything like that. We're going to give you that off of the price right on your invoice. So it'll be taken off before you even pay. No need to worry about any codes. 5071 fossilized clam pendants. And they're already drilled, by the way. These are definitely drilled through. So you don't have to do any drilling. They're not like, fossils. Yeah, these are drilled through. All right. 5071. And I'll leave them here for a moment like this. If you have a specific one you want, you can take a screenshot and let me know which one. But otherwise, we'll pick for you if you want to claim any of those.
We'll pick the best one.
We'll pick our favorites for you. That's pretty much how it works, if you don't say. So far, those are available still. Who doesn't want to wear a clam pendant on them?
Huh?
Who doesn't want to wear a clam pendant?
I love those.
I
It's
know.
like wearing history.
I know.
Y'all don't like history?
Y'all don't like history? Okay, next up,
You hate Mother Earth?
we have, this one doesn't have a skew, so we're just going to call it the pigeon pendant. This is from our friend Gina Chalfont in Pittsburgh.
She's gonna come to the opening. She said she's gonna try.
Oh, good. This is only $18. If you know Gina, we share her stuff quite often.
She is one of the nicest people in the whole world.
Yes, she is. She goes out of her way, not only for us sometimes, but a lot of other people.
To help others.
Yep.
She's a good person.
And she has her own things, and she still helps other people. And said, love Gina's work.
You know, she's one of the first people I met when I started doing beach shows.
Oh, yeah?
So
Just doing them from here or doing them all over?
ever. My
Ever.
first beach show was in Pittsburgh in
Mm.
RADC Park. That's when I saw somebody get checked. They got knocked over. Somebody was so excited to come to the table, they knocked the other person over.
Oh, my word.
And then, like, it got quiet and awkward, and people were like, and she's like, what? And she just bulldozed that lady over. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, my word.
I was like, I don't know what to do. I've never done a show before. This is the first show I've ever done. And so Gina, she came and she like, you got food? You got food? I bring you food. You want water? I bring you water. We take care of you. And
That's
she
good.
came every single day.
Yeah,
Her
she's
and-
super nice.
And her daughter.
So this is $18 only. This is a ceramic pendant with her decal. She does her own decals. You may see this decal on a mug that she has sometimes, or a plate.
Those are her drawings.
These are her own drawings that she does.
She's a wonderful person.
Yeah. She was also the very first person to do a podcast with us.
Oh, really?
Yep, she was our very first podcast episode. And yeah, so if you want to know more about her, you can listen to our very first podcast episode with her.
I've known her for over 20 years. Can you believe that?
And so if you want this, call it the pigeon pendant, and that'll be good. We'll know what you mean. Or Gina Chalfont pendant, Gina pendant, anything like that.
White Swan Illumination.
Yes.
White Swan Studio on Etsy.
Yep. All right, so that's that one. And then this one is remind me, Andrew. Heather Wynn or Pam Wynn?
Hamlin.
Pam Wynn.
That's her mom. Heather Milliken.
Heather Milliken's mom, Pam Wynn. This is a polymer clay.
Heather Wynn.
It's a polymer clay bead. It was $29. You get 20% off of that.
I'm trying to be better about calling her Heather Milliken.
I know.
But because with like all that pronoun talk, I'm trying like real hard to be like conscious of like being, respectful. And I never realized that it's probably not respectful to call her Heather Wynn, even though her name's Heather Milliken now. Anyways, that's her mom.
Her
mom
married
Pam.
name, not changing to her married name.
I know, but that I used to call people by their first and last name.
Yeah, you did.
I don't really do that much anymore, but I also don't talk to anybody anymore. So,
This is a cool polymer clay bead.
but you know what?
I
I
love all
probably
this.
should go back to that because you get confused sometimes when I tell stories.
I know, I do.
Because I'm like, Allison, and you're like, which one?
Which one? We know like 18 Allisons now.
And like, is it Italian oven Allison? Is it contemporary
Craft
craft Allison? Or is it Baltimore Allison?
I know,
Because
which
she didn't even live
Allison?
in Baltimore.
So
So she's known as Baltimore Allison, even though she lives in Pennsylvania.
polymer clay bead, $29 before the discount. So it's what, almost $6 off?
She's also good people, Pam Wynn.
Yeah, she's very good people.
I haven't seen her in years and years and years.
So there's that. Those two are still available as far as I can tell. Let me check my email because
She is a good person. I like her.
I feel like some of these would have gone by now, but maybe not. Put these back in the bag so they can be back in bowls. by themselves later. Poor little things.
You're not gonna sing that all by myself song?
All by myself. Okay. Next up, all by myself. All right. Next up,
Marianne, you should request your neighbor to sing that next.
we have a Petoskey stone necklace.
I definitely got that when I was in Alba.
We have one of these left. They are $18.
In Michigan.
3283. 3283. $18 for this necklace. Petoskey stone. One left.
And you don't have to, you can take that off if you don't want it to put on that.
Right? Yeah, you can take it off its little bell. It's okay. Don't be afraid. So one of those left.
You know what Petoskey stone is?
Tell them.
It's nice.
It's the Michigan State stone. Tells you right there.
Do they have the talk?
No. No
Oh.
talk.
When you saw it have talk.
I know it was in the bowl with these until there's only one.
And then it got,
Who knows?
well, anyways, I believe it's, there was a shallow sea, and then there's like coral, and then that is from there.
So there you go. Very, very deep explanation.
And you can channel your ancestors through it.
3283. All right.
They
So,
do say that fossils, you're supposed to be like to speak to the ancestors,
oh yeah.
because it's like a fossil.
All right. Do that. Makes me think of a crazy quilt, says Marianne.
Or like a crazy quote.
Oh, Charlie saying your sister's story kept surprising me, and I love the stories.
When you come, I'll tell you the whole story.
The whole story.
Because that's abbreviated.
So this is a Lamport glass disc by Nikki Thornburg Lanigan.
Oh, I like her.
She's super cool. 4030, only $6 before the 20%. So that's what, $1.20 off of that.
I used to
So-
see her every weekend.
$4.80 for a Lamport glass disc by Nikki Thornburg Lanigan.
There's a whole crew.
Yeah, they got a cool crew.
I would see Marcia Neal, Jenny Davies Reeser, and Nikki Thornburg, and
Diane Hockey.
she's in that group, but I didn't see her every weekend because she lived in Michigan. And Marcia Neal and all them were all on the East Coast. And we used to do the same beach show circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have shows, I kid you not, somewhere in a horse barn. No lights.
No lights.
But you know what? People came to those shows back in the day. The early days that you couldn't buy stuff like how you buy it now.
Yeah, you had to actually go somewhere to get it from
And
these
so wherever
people.
there was an empty spot, people would be like, oh, I got this room in this church.
Got
it's
this
like a
room in this
basement.
church.
In the church.
4030 has sold. Thank you so much.
I went to one show and it was like in a child's school. It was like elementary school. And all the toilets were like child size. And you had to like,
Oh,
to use the urinal, you had to like make a crab leg situation.
there are no adult toilets.
Or stand real far back, which is uncomfortable when there's other people.
You got some aiming to do.
I know. So that was a different time and place.
This is a reproduction Roman coin. 3079, only $3.
One of the most eventful, well, I don't know how I should put this. So there was one show, it was at Expo Center. They called it the Tennessee Expo Center of Nashville. Let me tell you this, it's not in Nashville. It's in Smyrna, Tennessee, which is by Murfreesboro.
3079 has sold. Thank you.
So we had drove all night, set up, and there was a blizzard. So just imagine driving through a blizzard. So this show here, hardly nobody come. If you in the hotel, you come because there's nothing else to do. You can't leave.
So pretty much only the sellers are coming.
No.
Oh, no.
No. So it was how you call sparse show. So behind me, so if you've never been to a beach show, a lot of times how they segregate the areas off is with this curtain. It's like a curtain, maybe 10 foot tall. So right behind my head was a hammering class. All them students came. And it's like this ding, 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 ding. And then the one lady, she was mad or something. It's like, boom, boom. I was like, damn. She rocked the curtain. Okay, so this is happening behind me. Up in front, the other half of the convention center was rented out by a karate tournament
Oh my.
of little children.
Children's karate.
And they're like, hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya. And crying and hi-ya.
Crying.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding,
Hiya. Hiya.
And I was like, I'm going crazy. I would leave if I could. And the only people who came were people who rode up, some of the parents were trapped with their kids. And so they were like looking at the bead show, but they were clearly not beaders.
Yeah.
And they're like, anything to get away from this crazy child screaming festival. And then the people that came, they rode up on a tractor. And they come in and they have these overalls. And they are brand new, except the crotch. The crotch of the brand new overalls were wore out. The man and the woman had the same overalls. And I could not figure out, I was like, what they do is that the crotches are worn out, but the rest is pristine. I was like, do they grind themselves in the seat? Like you must you're dragging it around? Like how are you getting it just in the crotch?
Just in the crotch.
So there you go. That's a snippet of life.
A snippet of bead life back when.
Where the only food came from the China. They're like, oh, this is so good Chinese. And I got food poisoning.
Between hi-yas and ding, 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 ding.
And it was kind of like when the migraine, it wasn't just
yeah,
tummy turbulence time. It was also accompanied with a headache and dehydration and eating soup from a vending machine.
Great. So this is 4088. These are unicorn beads. These are borosilicate. If you don't know unicorn beads, these are $6.50 each, which I think is a good price anyway. These are usually fairly expensive beads, and then you're getting 20% off on these. One strand in the white of
Did I
it.
ever tell you about how he got started?
You told me, but you may not have told them.
So when we first started going around, one of our friends took us around and met a bunch of vendors.
That's for these. he's talking.
And so Douglas, the owner of Unicorn Beads, last year,
Excuse me, thank you.
he used to make miniatures out of glass. So I don't know if y'all have ever been to a place where they do that, where they make little miniatures out of glass. But he used to make these piano stools for pianos out of glass. And so they look,
Minis.
they're a little itty bitty thing. And there's a round, it's basically like a round disc with a little stick in between and another round disc. And so he had this woman and she kept buying these piano stools. And he was like, I got other stuff. And she's like, no, I want the little yo-yo beads. And he's like, what are you talking about, yo-yo beads? And she I want them yo-yo beads. And he was like, you want the piano stool?
The piano stuff.
And she goes, no, I want them yo-yo beads. And so then he was like, this a bead? And so he started making them yo-yo beads and selling them. And then now
That's
he
what
don't make
does.
the little animals and stuff.
You don't make no more piano stoles.
They call yo-yo beads.
They're called
now.
yo-yo beads. 3654. This is Mystic Moon Artisan Glass 3-bead set. And that has sold. Thank you.
They were set up next to us at Bead Fest.
Mm-hmm. And also the Kazuri beads have sold. Thank you so much.
That's the time where we were next to Maku Raku. I was freezing my behind off. And so she draped her hair on my head
That's funny.
and to keep me warm.
Here's another Mystic Moon.
She's like, I'm not cold. I have all this hair. And I'm like, I don't.
I'm surprised you let her do that.
That's a different time.
So this is more Mystic Moon.
I think I need bangs.
This is a glass, a glass flower. It's drilled, center drilled.
She has a
$15.
blog now that's just on her hair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
I think it's like called Going Gray or something. And because she used to dye her hair all these like wild colors,
Mhm.
and then now she's letting it go natural or like going natural. I don't remember what it's called, but it's just all about just having silver hair now.
That's cool.
I like her. So.
Yeah, I like her too. 3655 Mystic Moon Artisan Glass Floral Focal. It's purple with green drilled through the center. $15 before the 20%. So that brings it down to $12 only. $12 only, 3655, and that has sold. Thank you.
What other stores do you need to tell?
I don't know. Let's see what comes up.
I don't remember anything anymore.
We have Dana Swisher coming up.
Oh. You didn't hear that one?
This is Dana Swisher pendant.
Alright, so picture beat and button early 2000s. I can't remember. It's been a long time. So this one lady, she used to do what she called she'd rap. And so she used to rap a bunch of different artists. And so she'd rap Dana Swisher and Laura Mears and a bunch of stuff. And so I saw this cat head bead and I was like, I love that bead. And then that person was, because I always ask what people got, I'm like, what did you get that was nice?
Right.
And so this lady, she showed me this humanoid cat head bead, and I was so bewitched. And I said, I love that. She's like, well, I already bought it, so sorry. So and that lady, she used to sell Basha beads too.
Mm-hmm.
And so so Dana Swisher, she's a recluse.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go and hunt her down. I found a bead store in Oregon who used to sell her work. And she goes, yeah, that lady, she used to come in every once in a while. And I'd buy stuff up off of her and we put it in the she'd just come in whenever, random like. I guess it's their local bead store and she'd be making them and then like come in. It wasn't like they couldn't like order stuff either.
Mm-mm.
And so she made all kinds of stuff. Anyways, I had to track her down. And then I tracked her down to some remote town in Oregon. And
Yeah.
now I haven't talked to her in years. She just disappeared.
Yeah, and it is one of the maybe 2 times that the post office has ever lost a package for us.
The package came.
The
it just
package came,
empty.
yeah, it came completely empty. And she had sent us a box of her favorite beads that she's made that she collected herself over the years as she made things. And that box arrived empty.
I hate that story.
I hate that story too.
After that, it changed. She never sent anything after she replaced that lot.
Yeah.
So, but then she went off the grid or something. I can't remember.
So this one has sold, 3714. The little donut has sold. Thank you.
I love the beads.
I love her beads too. We don't have any more of the cat faces. Susan says, I got a Dana Swisher cat kitty face pendant from you. Marianne said, sad story. Yeah, like when you have somebody who collected their own beads, like as an artist, you know how hard it is to like your own stuff. And when you collected the things you made that you liked and then you sent them off, it makes you, and to know that that got lost in the mail or stolen, because we don't know what happened, but the box came broken open in a bag that said the contents of the box had been lost in transit. And it's like, it's so sad.
You want to see the heartbreak?
Heartbreak. Oh, you still have it? I forgot about, I didn't even, that was all the stuff.
Maybe we don't show that.
Yeah.
Because it's got.
Those were the things in the box.
That I got lost.
I got a Dana Swisher bead I think of as the Andrew head. It made a super cute necklace, says Anne.
Yeah, some of them look like me.
They do a little bit. So these are still available if you're interested. The little hearts and the hearts with the gold. And I think that's all the Dana Swisher stuff we have left.
I have a couple there I kept for myself.
Good.
For my own particular use.
For your own particular use. All right. I've got about 3 Dana Swisher beads, says Suzanne. Susan says heart sick, right? Okay. This one. Let me get the, can't get this cute thing out of here. So this is a Lily Pilly etched metal disc, 1 inch. There's no hole. It's only $2. It's plain on the back, laser etched on the front. 12706. We've got 1 of these in the red. 1 of these left only. Those are nice. You can stamp that. You can just put a hole and use it. You could stamp the back.
Condome it.
Can dome it out, yeah.
With aluminum.
Mm-hmm. $2.
Lily Pilly.
Lily Pilly. 12706.
I miss Heidi.
Only 1 of those left. How are y'all doing?
I don't have any more stories to tell.
Still 20 people watching.
What story do you want to hear?
You want to hear more stories, Andrew?
You're tired of it?
I'm enjoying just listening to the tales, says Charlie.
Tales of the Bead.
Tales of the bead world. We have an earth and wood ceramic piece. This is 12688. It's a leaf with a bail built in. $12 originally. You're going to save $2.40 off that with your 20% off.
I like her too.
Bring it down below 10 bucks. Beautiful pendant. 12688.
She may be
The Lily Pilly pendants or the disc sold. Thank you so much. 12688 has also sold. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a good deal for those. She doesn't make that stuff anymore.
She does oddity fairs now.
Oddity fairs and wall hangings, right? Wall stuff.
Yeah, but she sells mostly at oddity fairs.
Yeah.
She came to Pittsburgh and was so disgusted because I was going to go out and see her, but for some reason we couldn't go.
Yeah. I don't remember why.
I can't remember.
All right. So this is an Indonesian carved bone skull bead. It is drilled top to bottom. It is flat on the back. It is very antiqued. And it is $3,207, $8 before the 20% off. Only one of those left. This is the only one that was like this, that was antique like this. The rest of them were pretty much like that. So this one looked odd in the bowl, I think, with the other ones.
I kept the other ones.
Oh, did you? I know we had some that we sold, but this one never sold because it was the odd one out. The people, I think, made earrings out of them.
Didn't like it because it's brown.
Oh.
I know what it's like.
Oh. You're very well liked. What are you talking about?
I know what it's like when nobody likes it.
Oh.
Poor little skull.
Poor little skull.
I wonder if my skull is brown.
3207. This is carved bone from Indonesia. Hand carved, only $8 each. Again, it is already drilled top to bottom. So you can use it as a pendant or use it, you could use it on a bracelet like this. And that one has sold. Thank you so much.
Oh, it has a home now.
It has a home now.
Somebody likes it.
Somebody likes it.
We really, really like it.
Okay, we have two more Heather Powers beads.
I like Heather Power.
So we have the Heather Powers little owl friend.
You know, she came out once and did a whole retreat on water polo.
Yes, she did.
You remember that?
I do.
We went to, you didn't get to go.
I didn't get to go.
We went to Fallen Water.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were going to plan, because her birthday's around the time that we were doing retreats.
The owl friend has sold. Thank you. And then we have this one, the little swirly ball.
And we were going to have it on the meteor shower. Because
Mm.
her birthday always happens on the meteor shower in the beginning of August. But then the pandemic happened, and then we had to cancel that.
Yeah.
Is that on her? Let me see.
Is that hers? It was in the bowl.
This not hers.
That's not hers?
Yeah.
Never mind, everybody. That's all we got. And it's sold.
This one's ceramic.
Wonder whose that is then.
Mm.
Somebody just claimed the swirly ball. It's not Heather Powers. If you still want it, send us an email. I'll still sell it to you, but I don't know whose it is.
That might be Melanie's.
Let us know if you still want it. I'll give it to you at the same price. Same everything, just not Heather Powers bead. Whoop. Better put it in with. I know the price. Okay, what's next? Here's a piece of vintage, well, strand of vintage Czech glass that broke. We don't have, I don't think we have any more of these. Okay, that person still wants the swirly ball. Good. Thank you. This is 1477. And these are the vintage Czech glass. And the strand was $6, so you'll get 20% off that. This is the full strand. I just didn't bother to string it up, and it's the last one left because it wasn't strung up again and put on the selling floor. So vintage Czech glass, one strand available, 1477. Nice color. Nice neutral. Kind of bone color. Vintage shot glass. 1477. One strand. Just not on a strand.
The vintage.
Mm-hmm. Here's another Mystic Moon pear this time. Glass pear. These are floral. Tulips. Tulip pears.
That was a fun time.
3658. $8 for the pair. That'd be a nice little pair of earrings. Or two little pendants if you wanted to make little necklaces with little dainty chains.
I wanted to get a Lampwork glass set up, but we are opening this store.
Yeah.
And so we broke.
broke. 3658. $8. Plus, when would you have time? You don't have time to do all the things you want to do now.
I will make time.
He says, I will make time.
Plus, you can do it. You're really good at it. We went to somebody's house once, and they had Lampwork set up, and they showed him how to make the beads. And then they're like, "Your beads are better than mine."
No, they didn't say that.
Yeah, they did.
They said they had a hard time telling the difference, and I think they were being very generous. That was very nice of them. I still have those somewhere. I don't know where they are.
They were on your desks, our old desks.
I know. I don't know where they are now. This is Mystic Moon glass pair, tulip beads, $8 for the pair. It says $8 each, but that's for the pair. 3658.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And that's before the discount. Yeah, that was a lot of fun because it was in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Going on a show. When I went to that show, I felt like a celebrity.
Yeah, you got nice things.
I had to get another suitcase for all my presents. So I guess it's a big, gift giving is a big thing in Asian culture. And so, I do this. And
Yeah,
you
you do.
can't go to a party empty handed. Or if you see somebody, you bring a present. And so, I had to get another suitcase for all my presents.
These are Andrew Thornton porcelain beads. So we have two strands available. They're $10 a strand. He's going to walk away. Now we're talking about his beads.
Why? I thought maybe about that.
4359. We have the silver ones or the reddish brown mahogany kind of ones.
You want to know about it?
How'd you make those, Andrew?
I smooshed the clay into a round ball and then poke holes and then roll the texture. And fired it when it was dry.
The Mystic Moon glass flowers have sold. Thank you so much.
There's a process where I used to dye the porcelain. And so I used to dye the porcelain.
If these were someone else's, you would be talking all about it, all about it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
sold all of these strands except these last two. And they are available at $10 each. They're $2 off with the 20% discount, so they're only $8 per strand.
You know who made something nice for those? Ian made something nice for those in the animal auction.
And the brown strand has sold. Thank you so much. The silver strand is still available if you'd like it. It's a strand of 3 beads. Be great for earrings and a pendant if you wanted to.
What else do you want to know about?
All right, what do we have next? Oh, here's some Keith O'Connor Raku art beads. So these are $2.50 each. 4026. We have a round one. And we have a rectangular one. Keith O'Connor Raku art beads. 4026, only $2.50 before the discount.
I used to do shows with him. Actually, TJ used to do those shows with him mostly.
Lena says, I made a necklace with your beads like that, but mine were pink and purple.
Sounds right.
Hello, Lennis. How's
Howdy.
it going? 4026, Keith O'Connor, $2.50 Raku beads. So you have the round one, or the disc, and then you have the rectangular one. It's a beautiful green, too. I like this one myself. This
Did
one's
you tell
nice,
them I
too.
painted the sandwich board.
No.
I painted the sandwich board.
Andrew painted our sandwich board today to match the store, and
it was not just to match, it needed it.
it did need it. It was getting
It had been out
rough.
in the elements. And so it was getting the varnish was coming up.
This is a dyed lapis rondelle. A lonely,
Just what?
just one, 12480, $1.50. It is dyed, but look, it looks beautiful. It's got that good gold color still. 12480. $1.50 for that before the 20% off. And then the Kashgar garnet. Kashgar garnet. There's a hair on it.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I don't even know what that is.
12480 sold.
Oh, thank you.
This is from an Andrew time. Or is that my writing?
That's your handwriting.
That's my handwriting.
That is from my time though. William, he used to come in on the weekends and help me in the store.
Yep.
And
So,
so sometimes I make him do the labels.
yeah, he did. So 12480. Boy, that one has sold like 3 different times. Sorry, that one has sold. Boy, everybody. 12484. This one has now just sold. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Yeah, that was only $1.50. That's a good deal. And oh, I'm running out of room. What else do we got here? We have one antique silver plated toggle set. $14. This is a big one. It's a big toggle. Here's this. Check that out. Big toggle. You need something big. Silver plated in antique silver. Toggle set. 3938. $14. Last one of these left. It's big, but it's light. Like, this is pretty light. I don't know. I think this is a hollow tube, it feels like to me. But it's nice and light. 3938. Do, do, do. Oh, we need to get more comfortable seats. Okay, we got another Mystic Moon Artisan Glass Pendant. $15. And these have the little silver on them just so you can see, or you could use it that way if you wanted to. 3657. $15. Glass pendant, Mystic Moon. Artisan glass. And that's before your discount, so you'd be saving $3 off that. That brings that down to $12. $12 with the bell already done in silver. It's tarnished right now. You could shine that up if you wanted to. 3657. All right, got another one by our friend Heather Powers. 2524. You know that number, that's an older number. $15 for this tube bead in polymer clay by Heather Powers. 2524. And this one, and it's drilled long ways. And this is long. This is about 55 millimeters by about 10 millimeters. 55 millimeters by about 10 millimeters. Heather Powers original, $15, 2524. One left. We had a number of these. This is the last one. Look at the cool cane work in that, though. All those different ones put together, made into one long bead. Love that. Okay, we've got two more unicorn beads. We have 4091. My camera's off here. 4091. This is really pretty. I love the colors in this one. This is also the same number because it's the same price. We got it at the same time, same cost. 4091 is this one. So you can pick either one. They're both borosilicate glass beads. This hole goes this way, top to bottom that way. Look at the colors in that one. 20 people watching, waiting for your stories, probably getting bored with me just talking over here.
I don't even know if it's the same anymore.
Oh no, story time's over. Whoops, I kicked the stand. 4091.
What do y'all want to hear about? What is the most delicious thing you've ever eaten? I want to play that.
Next up, this is Tibetan quartz. Tibetan quartz pendant. These are drilled through there. You can see the hole that way. Tibetan quartz pendant. 5070, $20. 4091. So this one has sold. So the 4091, the green one is still available if you're interested. But the other one, the flattened one, has sold.
That sounds like a nightmare.
No, there's just that tray bumping down. I'm running out of room up there. 5070, Tibetan quartz, big chunk, drilled through. That's probably not an easy drill to get through.
No, remember that time when Nancy came over to the house and she brought these quartz crystals that she found, and I was like, I'll just drill them real quick.
You spent a long time. We were like, where'd Andrew go? He was going to be quick.
I was falling asleep while I was drilling the stone. Because you can't drill just one side, you have to drill it both ways.
drill through halfway and then drill through halfway. So this is $20. It's a beautiful chunk of Tibetan quartz. 5070. It would be $4 off, so that brings it down to $16 after your discount. $16 after the discount. 5070 still available. Next up, few more unicorn glass beads. 4087. There are 2 of these available. I love these little, I don't know, little bananas. What do you want to call them? I wrote banana bead on there. They are drilled. Well, they have the hole that goes through. You can see it going through the center. There are 2 of these available, whether you want to get them both, make them into a pair of earrings, use them on a bracelet. Whoa. They're Boro, so they're nice. They're going to withstand my dropping them, thankfully. 4087. They're $8 each before the 20% discount. Marion says worms. They look like worms. They kind of do, right? It's kind of cool.
In a good way.
I think in a good way. I like worms. But they do kind of look like worms, even like the body of the worm, the coloring. Flat worms.
What's your neighbor saying now?
Is your neighbor still singing, Marianne? Still serenading you? Oh, we're dropping down to 14 people. People are bailing out.
You're getting tired.
No entertaining stories. 4087, 2 of them available if you're interested in those.
I don't know what to tell you. We don't know.
I don't know.
So when we first started the store, we went to somebody named Douglas, and he told us the story about how he started in the bead world. Originally, he was made glass things, you know, like when you go to the tourist place and they make little glass critters. And so he used to make these tiny little piano benches out of glass. And basically it's a disc with like a stick in the middle and then another disc. And then there's this lady, she kept buying them and she wanted to have a whole bunch of them. And she goes, I want them yo-yo beads. And he's like, what are you talking about yo-yo beads? got this tiny piano stool. And she said, I want them yo-yo beads.
He's going to tell you the same story over and over again.
Well,
That doesn't count, Andrew. That doesn't count.
Let me come up
So
with a
these
new
are
one.
Jenny Davies Reeser. They're both the same SKU number. So this one has the hieroglyphics on it.
She's real nice.
And this one has the floral design on it. This one goes this way. This one looks like it goes this way.
I know Jenny from a long time ago.
So these are $10 each before discount. So they drop down to $8 each. 3659. 3659 is the SKU.
I think we were in a blogging group together, but I can't remember.
I think we've only got one thing to go. So here's, unless you want to do these.
No, I sell those in the
Says
store.
I will sell those.
We have more than 2 of those.
Yeah,
So, but you know, I don't know what kind of stories you want.
Lily Pilly blank discs, 5/8 of an inch. There are 3 of them left only. 12702, 35 cents each. We're ending on a bang tonight. 35 cents each.
So how much is that? Minus 20%.
I don't even know. Minus 3.5 cents, which would be 7 cents, right? Minus 7 cents. And they're sold. Thank you so much.
28 cents a piece.
28 cents a piece. All right.
Do you want to keep going?
That is it, my friends.
What time is it?
But why does have to do it the night before I need to get up at 4:30 a.m.? Oh, geez.
Oh, boy.
Sandra says, Monday I dropped my computer off at work. End of an era.
That's exciting.
Yeah, make it exciting, Sandra. Make it an exciting thing.
Are you gonna leave porn on
Cheryl,
it?
are you going to leave porn on it? Cheryl says, sleepy time, have a great weekend. You too. Please, y'all, have a great weekend. Let me flip this camera around and say goodbye real quick. Gotta crank it up.
Like you're churning butter.
I know.
I am getting tired though.
I know, my eyes are getting red. My eyes are getting real red
We
from
didn't do-
getting dry.
We didn't go to the grocery store.
I know, because you wanted to order takeout.
It was too late, bro.
I know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a Sheets ride on the way home.
Maybe.
We're kind of tired of Sheets too, and I think the cafe across the street's closed. Knock on their windows like they knocked on ours and see if they open the door.
Yeah.
See if it happens. So yeah, look how red my eyes are. They're from dried out
Yeah.
from the fan originally, and now I'm just getting sleepy.
Oh, good.
Even though
we have a 30-minute drive back.
I'm not really that. I'm kind of sleepy. I'm kind of tired, y'all. We got up earlier than we normally get up today, and I'm not used to going to Gesundheit.
Thanks.
I'm not used to going to bed early, so I didn't get to bed much earlier than I should have gotten to bed earlier last night.
You went to bed pretty early.
I comparatively, yes, I did.
You know, sometimes you lie though.
Well, I was on my phone because I couldn't sleep.
Sometimes he's like, I'm going to bed, I'm so tired, I can barely keep my eyes open.
It's true, and then I get to the bed,
And
and then it's not
then
true.
I see him liking posts.
Yeah.
An hour and a half later.
It's because I went to bed to wake up. It's like you don't even know.
Don't copy me in everything you do. You can't have two.
Sometimes it happens like that. Y'all got to put snacks in the kitchen there. Snacks ain't gonna do it. We got some crackers. We got some crackers in the kitchen, unless you ate those.
Oh, the Ritz.
Yeah,
They're on clearance.
they were on clearance. We got those.
He almost fell and broke his neck.
I did.
But he caught himself. I said, go ahead and fall, but not like too bad.
I was like, don't get hurt too bad. Don't die. Don't become a vegetable. But they do have so I was walking in.
There's so slick in there.
They have the polished concrete floors, and they have a mat. Once you get inside the vestibule, like there's two doors, you go in one and go in the other, and in the vestibule are sell things. But it's not until you get into the full store that they have a mat, and it was wet outside. And I walked in, and the first floor almost took me out as I bent over to get the Ritz crackers.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught myself on the thing.
Standing up.
Yeah.
He did one of those shuffles.
I did.
I'm not going to demonstrate.
No.
I'll actually fall.
Yeah.
And we don't have that. It doesn't count if I do it in our own store.
No. Marion says, I have experienced the tired but can't fall asleep once in bed syndrome.
That's because you got a neighbor who's singing gently to you.
Singing gently, singing softly. Yes. So anyway, we're going to go. Hopefully you like that. Thank you so much for all your claims tonight.
Yeah,
I will
thank
get
you.
invoices out once we get home and figure out the food situation.
I can always make something from nothing.
I'm going to have to. Going to have to maybe.
I have a special gift.
Or else it's maybe chips and dip tonight.
That also sounds good.
I know. I know.
The other thing that we, if you come into the store during the weekend, this weekend, you get a free piece of petrified wood.
Yes. So if you're watching this and you're local, we're giving out free pieces of petrified wood just for coming in and saying hi and checking us out.
You should buy some, but if
That
you
helps.
just come in, you still get it.
Yeah. You still get it.
But it's better if you buy some.
It's true. It helps us out.
Because otherwise, you'll make it on sale like today, and then it's like get frantic.
I know. But it was
Actually,
Friday.
We're not that frantic because the store's not set up, so we're gonna be here anyway.
Yeah. We need to be here.
Look, you can't see because my body's in the way.
You got some
That
more.
may be even worse.
Oh, you decided to put the tools up.
It may fall down. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, that pegboard is just nailed delicately up. So we'll see if
Yeah,
it-
but it's nailed delicately up several times, so maybe like the repetition of delicacy.
Yeah.
Will
Maybe.
preserve it.
So thank you, everybody. Have a great night and have a great weekend. And we'll see you back here. We'll see you probably live throughout the weekend as we let people know we're here and all that stuff. But we're
I
gonna,
was thinking that we would have like a special every day. Like if you come in today, you can get this thing. I don't know if that's gonna work though.
maybe.
There's only 3 days you have to come up with something to do that.
We already did one today.
But we said we're in petrified wood again, so
Maybe.
anyways.
Anyway, maybe we'll change our mind. We'll see. You'll have your choice maybe tomorrow. Who knows?
Huh.
Anyway,
Your choice. Your
Yeah.
choice of what?
petrified wood or something else. Your light went out again.
Was it on?
Yeah. That lamp was on.
You know that light
How do
has
you not
been
see
there.
that?
Okay, so that light comes from a thing that was barely working before.
There it goes.
So,
It's telling us it's time to go home.
or upstairs, and plug it in and out.
No, the ghost. It says it's time for me to sleep.
Don't be scaring people.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We love you. We thank you. And we will see you, if not before, on Monday. Bye, everybody.
See ya.